Welcome to DAGDAGIEL. So tonight we have a new player. I'd like to introduce Avery from our Sunfall campaign. You're playing an artificer tonight, I believe, Avery?
That's correct.
Yep. And your character's name, if you want to fill us in on that.
He goes by Furlt.
Furlt. Okay, cool. And so for your information, if you're in the audience and you don't know what's going on, Avery's just coming in for tonight, and he may have a reoccurring character in the future, we don't know, but at least for tonight we have a guest appearance. So welcome Avery, thanks for coming and joining our little adventuring party. You sure joined at the right time because these guys need some help.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, see what you can do. All right, so let us recap. So the overall story here so far is these guys have all been working for House Caelrin for a while in the city of DAGDAGIEL in the south of the world of Sidariel. And we have Barry Tahira up on the top left. He's playing an orkan hunter ranger called Rokan Taka. Please say hello, Barry, if you can.
Hello, everybody.
You might know Barry from one or two other places, such as the Vaingate Chronicles, where he has played Milford Brixton, Ren Talondaran, Hurricane Storm, Orkan, the other orc, and probably some other characters that I can't think of off the top of my head. Then we have Jordan over on my right-hand side. Jordan, you're playing Alexander at the moment? Can't hear you, Jordan. There you go. You want to tell us about Alexander? Oh, you go on mute again.
He is old. He is a bit frail, and he kicks some ass.
He's only my age.
I love that.
I mean, he's 45. He's my age. He's not that old. He's not that
in medieval
frail.
times. It's a miracle he made it that far.
Yeah, but you guys have got healers and lesser restoration and greater restoration. And I mean, to be fair, you have to be rich to have access to that shit.
It's costly.
It's costly, and these damned
Very
clerics.
costly.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a human sorcerer. That's the gist of Alexander, and he's kind of an investigator. That's the idea?
That's the general gist, yeah.
And you'll see Alexander wandering around from time to time with that little crystal that he uses for it's kind of like a magnifying crystal. Okay, so we have Elkas. That is Sean, bottom right. Elkas is a half-elven rogue barbarian. It's two split things. I think that's kind of cool in a way. It's So, Sean, would you like to tell us about Elkas? Please.
Yes,
please.
cool. So Elkas is, as you say, half barbarian, half rogue. He's very much he loves to fight, jump in, fists out, get in there and brawl. But he'll happily try lie his way in and out of any situation he wants as well.
Right. Cool bananas. Then we have, that leaves one person really, doesn't it? That is Charlie as Vespaira, the druid, the wildfire druid. Tell us about Vespaira.
Vespaira is the token healer of the party. She has devoted a portion of her life to Lathander, as well as committing to nature magics. It boosts her. Does that make sense? It boosts her healing, and she believes that it was a destined calling. She is often seen with her little creature when she's in battle, a fiery moth.
A fiery
sometimes,
moth.
Yes, moth that's like yay big. Very cute. Big old like buggy eyes, and she'll have fire going through her veins.
Right. Cool. And I guess Avery, do you want to describe your character at this point, just for a bit of a heads up for when, and assuming you live long enough to join the party, if you know.
That's fair enough. So Perlt is an alchemist. He studied under a master who died in rather suspicious circumstances. He has some idea who might have done it, but he doesn't have any concrete clues. So he's just kind of going around getting references to try and decipher something his master left him. Um, and yeah, you'll see more of him as I develop him, basically.
Right. Fair enough. All right, well, Barry. Barry Tahira, Rokan. You've been kidnapped at the end of our last session with you when you were last here before you were away. The last thing we saw was you being taken away by the Redfangs of Shargaas out through the window of out through the door rather of a tavern. I always remember it as a window, but I was corrected. Out through the door of a tavern, dragged off up the street a few feet round the corner to an alleyway, semi-conscious at this point, thrown on the back of a giant bat by an orkan red fang, and flown away. You passed out in and out of consciousness over a period of about an hour and a half as you were flown out of the city. And eventually you landed, you flew over various settlements and a river, all probably within 10 miles of DAGDAGIEL. And somewhere out there's this sort of like an old quarry set up against the mountains. And the bat flew in down through the clouds into these mountains, Rokan, and finally it landed on this perch at the top of this kind of column of rock back in the back of the quarry, where there's a couple of yurts, like tents, and they this apprentice Redfang, you know he's an apprentice because you're an orc, and you can see that he's too young to be a proper warrior, and he assists the Redfang to take you off the mount and drag you into this yurt, where they tie you up there to keep you prisoner. You are stripped of your weapons and things, and those things are locked into a chest at the back of the yurt. After a while, the Red Fang approaches you and slaps you across the face, waking you up. You have 1 hit point at this point.
You smell like traitor's blood.
You smell like shit. But still I put up with it.
You think you're so smart now. You live with these humans. Disgusts me.
You don't know why I put up with these humans.
He takes out a knife, this wicked curved blade, and begins ripping it up the seam of your trouser leg. And then he snaps it open and rips off your clothes, stripping you eventually naked down while you're still tied to this pole.
I don't know about you, but you're not my kind.
Oh, you are not my kind either. Where is KIRKBY Mingo?
Where?
Tell us.
Did you not want me to kill her?
He holds a sickle up to your throat.
Find her, kill her.
So why this then?
We shall see. Your loyalty is yet to be seen.
We'll leave you there for now while you can have a think about that. Meanwhile, Vespaira, over the last few days, or at least in the last few hours, in fact, where did we leave you guys? You told me earlier, you'd come out of a...
We had just had a meeting with Balin.
With Balin, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this makes an even more perfect opportunity. An even more perfect opportunity. Okay, so Balin is a wizard working for the Crown here, FYI, and he may well be the perfect person to insert our new player, Avery. I I can rename your Zoom, or you can do it yourself, and put in your character's name there, so I can easily refer to it. And I will also do the same for Barry, for Rokan.
I just want to quickly throw in here, some generous person in the Twitch stream has given inspiration to our new player.
Oh wow! Okay, so you've got inspiration, Avery, just like that. What generous person was that in the?
Oh, thank you very kindly.
Who do you think?
Oh, the great Elkas, of course.
The great Elkas.
I see, the great Elkas. An extra redeemed inspiration. I see. That's not really on. No, I suppose it works if you've got inspiration to gift.
It was
19.5K.
it was for the outfit, by the way. It wasn't just cause.
Not just cause. Okay, fair enough. All right, so what I'm going to suggest at this point is, Avery, you've just met with Balin. I'm sorry to change this up on you. We had the whole druid thing going.
Oh, no worries.
Now occurs to me this is the even more expeditious way of getting you in there. And we shall say that Balin has sent you after them down the steps. Basically, you were found at the last minute, and he said you need to go and help these people. They need assistance finding their friend. And he also says to you that, now out of game, you told Balin about the Redfangs of Shargaas and all of that, didn't you? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Did we? I think we mentioned our friend got kidnapped, but I don't know whether we dropped the name Redfangs.
Did you talk about the orcs? Your various encounters with orcs, particularly Redfangs?
I think so.
Okay. Well, and Balin sends you... Yeah?
I was going to say, if we didn't, we definitely did with Drazan.
Drazan, right. True. And Drazan could have passed that information to Balin. Very good. Okay, so in any case, that's how you get this information, Avery. I'm going to keep calling you Avery till I see you've got it. Feralt. Is that right? Feralt.
Close enough.
Close enough? I'll keep saying that. You keep correcting me. We'll get it right. Okay, so Feralt, you've been sent after these guys because of this whole situation, and Balin wants to assist them, and he knows you. You know that you're going to get paid a reasonable amount of money to do the job.
Works for me.
Works for you. Okay, cool. So you go charging out of the building, looking for the fire druid and the half-elf. Half-elf looks like a ranger, but isn't a ranger. But that's what you've been. That's what he's been described as, basically, as a half-elf ranger. Out of game, he's not a ranger, but that's not important here. So, charging out of the building, Avery, Feralt, you can make a perception check.
Okay.
The other two of you might as well make a perception check while you're at it.
Okay.
First roll of the game.
Did I beat him? Ugh. Nope, I can't see anything. I'm too busy listening to what Elkas has to say about his shiny sword.
Okay, and Feralt, you rolled a 12 there, I see. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That is correct. Okay, so you're looking about, and Elkas and Vespaira, now that you've left the building, what are you doing, and where are you heading?
So at the end of last session, Elkas was told that his sword that he was gifted from his mother,
right,
when she died, was a moonblade, and that it may have some sentience to it.
Right.
He is immediately taken to thinking that this means that the sword is essentially a puppy.
Right.
So he is talking to it and now just like
a child.
Oh, hey there, little fella. Sorry I've been ignoring you. I didn't know you were a person, or you had a mind of your own.
Can you make a
wisdom? Never so useful.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
I'm looking at Elkas like, really? This is weird.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Okay. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you take 3 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, you're a bit of a feisty one, aren't you?
So you've kind of been zapped. And you get this feeling, this sense that kind of makes you feel like you should be on alert, like somebody's approaching you. Almost like you haven't had this experience with the sword before, but you kind of feel like this mixed senses, feeling of your senses blurring with the senses of another entity. And that entity has some other kind of vision out of game, its true sight.
My hand will then tighten around the hilt.
All right.
And just Vespaira probably notices that I just suddenly go from quite a, not mocking, but joking around with this sentient sword to very serious instantly.
Right.
Might I make some sort of insight?
You can make an insight check for sure.
Nope.
Avery, what are you
Wow,
doing?
2 ones.
As you got a 12 on your perception. You
Better roll them
you
all.
probably notice that. I think it's easier to notice these people, seeing as one of them's talking to themselves, and you know they seem to match the description. So I think a 12 is good enough. A perception check to notice who they are. You've got a fairly good idea it might be them. You might not be certain. Most likely candidates. Let's put it that way.
Come on, Elkas.
Sorry to throw you in the role playing
Got it.
there, Avery.
No worries. I approach them and just call out to them.
All right. So you probably you'll know their names, Elkas and Vespaira.
Oi, you Elkas and Vespaira?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Of course,
you?
that's us. Like, who else would it be?
Right, he's the great Elkas.
All right.
Yes, it's... Yeah. Well, who are you? And why are you here?
Did you want a signature?
Just out of game, the guy who sent me, how old is he?
Balin, he's probably 60-something, 60, 70-something.
Old man sent me. Said you needed a bit of help rescuing someone.
I would say that Balin might be somebody that your previous master, knew and respected and sent you to see, you know, if such a situation was to arise, you were to go and see this guy. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Are you like a short race or
Human.
human? Okay, right. Why are you looking for us?
The old man Balin said you needed help rescuing someone.
He's old.
For a human, yeah?
Isn't he like an elf?
Actually, you're right. Balin is an elf.
Yeah, I thought.
You're right. Balin is an elf.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, not your fault.
Yeah.
Threw me off.
That's Russell's
My
fault.
fault.
Okay.
Usually is my fault.
Young man.
Reinforcements. You're good at fighting then, and killing.
I can use a wee bit of magic.
Wow, that's really cool.
Ah, magic.
Cool.
I also have this shield here.
You have a shield.
I pull out a shield and show it to her.
All right.
That's a rather nice shield. I have one too. It's made out of wood.
So can you all make perception checks now that you're standing about?
Okay.
18.
18. Very nice.
22.
22. Also very, very nice. And Feralt, an 11. Okay, so Feralt, you wouldn't know this anyway, so it doesn't matter. But the other two, you see this little girl approaching your little group, and she's wearing this big furry cloak. And she looks familiar. And she's looking around.
Out of game. This is the little girl that Rokan gave the first to, right?
Yes.
At the beginning?
That's right.
Okay. Do we know this, though?
You were there.
I don't remember that much.
I think you were there. when it
I was
happened.
definitely
we were
there,
there.
that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what you recall when you see her. I mean, you guessed it straight away, so I feel that's fair.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Just one moment. I'll wander over to the little girl.
She looks up at you. Hello.
Hello.
Have you seen Rokan?
I have.
Oh, where is he?
Why is that?
It's they're looking for him.
Who are they?
We need to go somewhere, not here, not the street. I can't talk to you here in the street.
All right. Let's go. I'll bring her back to the others.
All right. So you bring her back to the others. As you're doing that, I'm just going to cut over to Jordan, who's been in prison for a while, haven't you? Have you been out of prison yet? Did we get that?
I've been out of prison because I've been with them when I left just before they came back. Before they went into the tavern and this little incident happened.
So where are you right now, Jordan? Where is
I'm
Alexander?
walking down the street towards them in that general direction.
Okay.
I'm holding a stick with turtles on them, and I'm just nibbling away.
Eating a turtle on a stick.
Turtle stick. Multiple turtles on a stick.
Turtles on a stick. Okay. A delicacy in DAGDAGIEL to many of the residents here, but not so pleasant apparently to our adventurers, except for Alexander, but he is a resident. It's kind of self-explanatory. All right, so you wander up as they are introducing themselves to this new individual. You see Alexander approach.
Alexander?
Hello.
Why are you here? Seems very coincidental.
Well,
However,
I left, and now I'm coming back.
right.
You all went to the thing, and I went back home.
Oh,
So they're
right.
letting you out of the dungeons now.
I was already out of the dungeons, don't you remember?
Oh, I know, but I thought they might have locked you up when you got back. You don't seem to be in their good books.
Hey, look,
My mage hand appears out of thin air and slaps him in the face.
so we need to get out of here. This little girl is scared for her life. So maybe we could go to a tavern, or we could go have a talk to Drazan. Anyone, please say anything.
Yes, we
Thank you.
we need to figure a way of tracking Rokan and where he's gone, and these Redfangs as well.
Can't talk about this here. You know about them. You know about them. He knows about the Redfangs. They've got my mother.
Oh, hell no. Right.
She's tugging on your arm now, Vespaira. They know about Rokan. They were asking about him. They asked me, and they knew because of the fur that I was wearing.
Okay. I'm gonna hold her hand, and we'll start walking towards Drazan.
All right, so you're going to start walking towards Drazan.
Whether these guys follow me or not.
Would I know anywhere that's like a safe house or like abandoned house that no one ever goes to? It's like
A safe house. Well, that's a good question. The city's fairly crowded. Everything's kind of, the peasants and denizens and what have you will just take over anything that's left alone for 5 seconds. That that there are rooms at House Caelrin that you could use for a meeting if you wanted to. There might be back rooms and taverns that are options too. There was the tavern where you met that fellow, your friend from the other house, the spy.
I don't think we should take a child there, though. It's not a very good place for a child to be.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Nope, I just follow Vespaira.
Follow Vespaira? Okay. All right, so Drazan, and Drazan being a guard, he's a lieutenant, I believe. You find your way to his office, basically, over a period of about 25 minutes or so. You get there, and the little girl wanders along with you, and she looks quite concerned the whole way. And you get to Drazan, And for a moment, I'll cut back to Barry. I think Barry, what's your intention right now? What do you think?
My intention is to find out what these buggers are up to.
Right.
And how they're going to carry it out.
Right. Well, would you like to make a perception check for me?
I would.
Which I assume I'm rolling.
No,
You got
I'm
Jordan.
rolling.
Oh, you're rolling a
Yeah.
It's
Jordan?
up to Jordan,
An
yes.
11. An 11, okay. Well, for the first couple of hours, you notice that the inside of this yurt has a number of symbols and designs on it that make it very clear that these are indeed the Redfangs of Shargaas. Shargaas is so... I can give you a few details if you don't know. The orcish god of the cold, of the dark, and the night. The patron of orcs that act stealthily in the shadows, the brooding stalker below, plotting the death of the living from the lightless realms deep beneath the surface. The Night Lord was also the god of undeath, though not death itself, and an embodiment of the fears, the fear of the unknown and the fear of what lurked in the night below. So that's all fun and games. So it seems to be what we will do actually is we'll make a history check to see what you would know, Rokan. History. You don't have any bonuses to this, unfortunately.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Okay, cool. Because you rolled it and not me. A natural 20. Okay, so you get the impression that this is an actual... What they've done is this is a cult of Shargaas, like an operation, essentially. I can't think of a more medieval term for it right now, but they're kind of like black ops. They go somewhere, they go behind enemy lines, they dig in deeply and entrench themselves in the local area and population. They use guerrilla tactics against their enemies in various ways. And so that's what you have ascertained so far. You don't know how many actual Redfangs are encamped here. You've only seen one since you've been in this tent, in this yurt. But you do know that this yurt is up on the top of a large pillar that is overlooking a larger camp.
Okay.
So that's what you know at the moment. You know that getting down from here will be problematic without flight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. So coming back to Jordan and Feralt, Alexander, Feralt, Vespaira, and Elkas. You get to Drazan, and he looks up as you come into his office. Oh, you're back again.
Yes.
That was fast.
Having a chat with Balin was lovely, but we have a little girl here that has been approached by the Redfangs. Isn't that right?
Who's this?
What is your name, little one?
Have I overused the name Elsa yet? Can I use Elsa?
You have overused it.
All right, it'll have to be something.
Well, every
else
kid cannot be Elsa.
Oh man. Okay, we will come up with a new name for her. She can just be Sarah.
Sarah.
All right, so Sarah looks up at you and turns to Lieutenant Drazan, and she says, those orcs, they came and they took my mother, and they've taken them to a camp outside of the city, up by the quarries, the old camps where the refugees are kept. Then Drazan looks at you guys and he says, does this all sound plausible to you?
Is that east? Northeast? Is that northeast of here?
Yes, that is correct.
That seems plausible to me. This little girl needs to be looked after.
Very well, I can look after the girl, and I'll let you go. Do your thing. I'll tell you now. There are camps, the refugees, orcs from Angkor Ma'ak. They've trailed their way all the way around the rift to get here. I'm not sure how long it took them, but there's quite a few of them up there, and they grow plants and vegetables, and they do some farming, and they bring in some crops from time to time to the market. They mostly keep out of trouble, but they do not have proper residency here. They have no allegiance to any houses, and so therefore they have no protection under the law.
Excellent. Right, well, is there anything else you all want to ask?
Yes, Drazan. We,
Right.
thanks to you, we met with Balin and had some interesting conversations. And he seemed very interested in some of our previous stories, including the orb that we gave you to look at.
I passed that along to him since then.
Okay, very well. That was all I was going to ask.
No worries, no problem, he says. No concern.
And should we investigate this refugee camp and come across trouble and have to make a hasty return to the city, is there any arrangements that you would be able to make to allow us to enter safely?
As opposed to through the main gate? Or you do mean through the main gate?
Through the main gate, but have them knowing that we may be running with not so friendly foes on our tail.
I see. I can have you something made.
That would be amazing.
He leaves the room for a few minutes, and when he comes back with a scroll with a waxen seal on it. You have a couple of minutes to chat amongst yourselves if you wish to.
So what was your name again? New friend?
It's Feralt.
Feralt. Nice. Well, yeah, once again, Vespaira, Alkis, obviously, and Alexander's here. I don't know if you two introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. You two are awkward.
So,
really
what
awkward.
sort of... If they've sent you here to help us fight our way into an orc assassin camp and rescue our friend, have you any background in fighting? You showed us your shield, and oof, it definitely was a shield, but what have you actually fought?
A bit of this, a bit of that. A few wizards, a few mercenaries. Done a bit of traveling.
Nice.
Good enough for me, I guess.
Do you have anything that can combat darkness?
No, but I can use some healing magic.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great. That's perfect. Our healer is...
I stare fiery daggers at you.
Our healer is very good.
What?
Very good.
That's funny.
Like as in we don't bury our bodies, we burn them.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
So can I get an initiative roll from you guys, just in case we end up in a fight at some point in this game? You know, it happens.
Right.
From time to time. Dungeons and Dragons. So,
that is how it goes.
That's how it goes.
14.
Somebody needs to tell the internet that we're streaming, goddammit. We're on the internet streaming Dungeons and Dragons. Why do we not have thousands of people here? I'm just kidding.
Because there's not enough titties.
It's because we leave big gaps between our role playing. That's why. No, I'm sure it's all of these reasons. Mostly titties.
Perhaps if we got a hot tub or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Do you want me to roll for Rokan as well?
Yes, please. I will have a Rokan roll also.
Yeah, so that was a natural 1 for me.
A natural 1. Excellent. Well, better here
start.
than on rolling to hit or something.
Oh, at least I'm not the only one by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It was also a natural 1 for Rokan for a 4.
Excellent. Okay.
And 15 for me.
15 for you. I wonder why that didn't pop up in here, but anyway, I'll stick it in there. All right, cool. Good to know. Okie dokie. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You're there with Drazan, and he says, I can offer you 2 things. I'll give you this letter, and he passes it across with a scroll case. And I can offer you horses if you do not have them.
Horses would be wonderful, thank you.
Very well, but you will need to return these horses.
We'll do our best.
Very good, and if you manage to save this fellow, and if he's still under contract to House Caelrin, we will in fact give you a reward.
Oh.
I know. Who knew? It is worthwhile being under contract to a house here in DAGDAGIEL.
I wouldn't mind being under your house.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
You're like the only one here I can really trust. The others are
You
cropped
shouldn't-
as.
I wouldn't trust me if I were you, to be fair. But anyway, good luck.
Well, your voice is changing. Our game has gone from like English to Scottish.
Oh, well.
I
I have to play 100 characters. You have to play 1. Shut up.
That's true. That's true.
So, okay, so you, he ushers you off to get your horses, takes you to the stable, sets you up, sends you on your way.
Excellent.
Excellent. All right, Rokan, you're sitting in this tent, and you can see out through the entranceway to the tent the heat shimmering up off the quarry that you can see below the pinnacle that you're sitting on inside this tent.
I'm trying to get a lot of rest time when I'm
Yeah, like a long rest amount of time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. Yeah.
Okay, so shall we put in a long rest for Rokan? That sounds reasonable. It does sound quite
I've done that
reasonable.
now.
You've done that for him? Excellent. So Rokan, you've got your long rest in. You're feeling much better. You're still naked and chained up, but apart from that, everything's good. Peachy. A little bit abrasive on the old, wrists and stuff, but not too
And they
bad.
got me in rope.
Is it rope? I think they're manacles. I think they're steel chain or iron manacles, and they're attached to the tent pole. It's a big booty tent pole, like a foot wide kind of thing. It's a massive fucking thing, and it's been hammered deeply into the ground there. So yeah, would you like to try and escape? Is that your cunning plan?
I would like to try and escape. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's have an athletics check, probably at disadvantage, please. Difficulty's gonna be about.
Difficulty.
That was a
Not
7.
a natural 20, but it's a 3 plus 4 for a 7.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so with the disadvantage, wasn't it? I think I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at
That was with
disadvantage.
disadvantage, right? I see. Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, no, you are unable to break your way out of those manacles. It's not going well for you right now. However, the good news is there is this bug that's crawling along the floor inside this sort of arc of sunlight that's coming in from the second sun, Ida Solum, is casting this purple light into the yurt across your legs, and there's this bug that's crawling across towards your leg, and it's almost up into sort of hand reach now.
I'll grab it.
All right, you snatch it up.
Yep.
All right, what do you do with it? It's in your hand.
Is it eatable?
Let's make a nature check for Rokan, please.
Does it matter if it's eatable?
An 8.
You've no idea. You've never eaten the bugs in this part of the land. I mean, you've eaten plenty of bugs, but not these particular ones. This one's a little bit different.
Okay.
You're not sure.
You're right.
In fact, you haven't eaten anything but good berries for days.
Okay. All right. I will let the bug live today.
Let the bug live for today. Okay. All right. Cool.
I am continuing to look for weakness in
anything I'm connected to at the moment.
Can you make a perception check for Rokan, please?
That's a 10.
That's a 10. I think that because of two factors, one of them is total boredom, and the other one is that you have this very high outlook that gives you a fairly long field of view, even if it is a narrow field of view. You can roll that again with advantage because I'm very nice, and also this is a plot point, and if you don't notice it, I'm going to be really annoyed. See,
It is a 19.
19, see? So, see, this is where some people say that if you need it to happen, you shouldn't even make it roll. And this is the lesson that I've never learned. So, anyway, Rokan, a 19 for your perception. What you see is a couple of figures coming around the side of the quarry on donkeys wearing red robes.
Oh, good.
There's about 4 figures, 2 on the backs of the donkeys and 2 on the ground. In fact, I lie, they're all walking, but the donkeys are carrying large boxes.
Okay.
Then they head down amongst the camp, the yurts that are below you. You think there might be anywhere between 5 and 10 yurts at the bottom of this pinnacle, this column, and they disappear out of your view at that point. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you are riding out of DAGDAGIEL on horseback, I assume.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
That's what you're doing.
However, as we go through the gate, I would like to stop off and talk to whoever's in charge at the time.
All right. There's a captain. Let's give him a name quickly. Captain Duralia. Yep. You approach this captain, I assume.
Yes, and I will. Oh, hello there. Are you the one in charge?
Appears to be that way, doesn't it?
Well, it does. That's why I could just sense something about your presence that said, "Now that's a man in charge."
And I sense something about your smugness, sir.
Oh, yes, I'm an asshole. I won't deny it, but I'm an asshole with a bit of paper here. And I'll present him with the bit of paper from Drazan.
It looks...
And I will say, we are currently heading out to find some trouble.
On behalf of Lieutenant Drazan, I see.
Not on behalf, but with his best wishes.
Blessings, so to speak.
Wouldn't quite put it like that, but sure. When we return to the city, it may be at quite a pace. I'm just showing you this piece of paper and introducing myself. My name is Elkas. So if we do return at quite some pace, being followed by some ruffians, you may recognize us and come to our aid should we need it.
I see. Well, perhaps you should take a large white flag with you, which you can wave behind as you approach the city.
Are you saying your men are not alert enough to notice someone galloping full speed at the gate?
Well, we get messengers galloping full speed at the gate every day for every hour. It's not uncommon.
Well, surely your guards notice them?
Can you make a persuasion check for me, Elkas?
That is a 17.
I hope that's not drugs you're smoking, Jordan. 17? Yes, okay. The captain nods and passes you back your piece of paper, your scroll, and nods to you. Very well. I'm sure we'll recognize you. In fact, turns and grabs a couple of the soldiers and says, "You see this lot here? If you see them coming, you let them in immediately. You go to their aid if they're in trouble. Do you understand?" They all nod and what have you, and go about their business.
Well, hopefully we won't return in trouble. But if we do, and you are able to assist us, first drinks on me.
Oh,
have a good day.
Appreciate that then. Good day. And they open the gates, and you thusly ride out of the city on your horsies.
Yes.
Your horsies will each have names. You can name them if you want, appropriately.
I also would have told my druid clan where I'm going.
Okay.
So.
Will you have sent them a message or a messenger or something along those lines? There are messengers in DAGDAGIEL that you can hire on the streets.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
It works.
Reduce your inventory by 30 million gold pieces.
Wow, I take it back. That's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Inflation.
Very well. So riding out of the city, let's see, what is the weather going to be like today?
My horse is called Mittens.
My horse is called Darian, after the useless captain.
All right. So the weather on a scale of 1 to 20 is a 4, which suggests to me that it's stormy weather on the plains down by the sea, and thus a rather nasty bunch of thunder and lightning is coming in from the north-south, sort of southeast, slamming into the coast and riding up on the hills over DAGDAGIEL and back into the mountains, and now it's blustering and it begins to rain as you travel out of the city. You sure chose a shitty day for traveling. It wasn't your fault. I love how the light is landing on you, Jordan, right now. That's very cool. You've got a nice little effect going on. It's almost like a Star Trek reboot kind of deal. What's his name? Zack Snyder? Was it Zack Snyder? No, it wasn't Zack Snyder.
The lens flares.
Yeah, lens flares, exactly.
With the stormy weather,
yeah.
Elkas was enjoying his new clothes, his ones he got to go to the royal court.
Right.
Too much, so he's still wearing them and is now drenched but not caring at all.
Okay. Fair enough. And Feralt, you are riding along with this merry band of individuals, these strangers, I assume.
That is correct.
That is correct. Now, just as a point of interest, Feralt, I noticed when I was looking at your character sheet that you did have Find Familiar. Is that a thing that you haven't acted at this point?
So I have a familiar, but it's not summoned at the moment.
Okay. Does that mean that you can summon it immediately, or is it a 1 hour deal?
I can summon it as an action. Its 1 hour is to summon a new familiar if it dies.
Right, okay. So you do have a familiar, it's an action to summon it. Okay, cool. And if you were to summon it, do I need to know what it is right now, or do you want to keep that to yourself?
It's an owl.
It's an owl, okay. Everyone loves owls. Cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right.
Mainly for the abilities.
Makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense. Now, who is not in Roll20 and who is?
I am.
You are?
Elkas has left.
I am. I shouldn't have.
On my screen.
Oh, no, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, my connection to the server was interrupted, but I am still here.
You are?
And Feralt is not in yet.
Now, in Discord, Avery, you dropped me a picture. Is that what you were thinking of using for your...
Yeah, that's what I'll use.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to whack you up a token, so please feel free to chat on your journey for a minute or 3 while I quickly whack up a token for Avery, for Feralt.
Right.
Clip, clop, clip, clop.
This weather's just lovely, isn't it?
I don't like it. It's very, very wet. And I'm having trouble.
And as lightning and thunder crashes in the background, But at least we're not flying up there in the sky. That might be a bit dangerous on a day like today.
I suppose so.
Out of game, that was an inhaler.
So,
Just thought I'd better get that out there.
so
Yeah,
everything okay? Oh.
Of all the things you could suck at, you suck at breathing. I have the same problem.
Oh. So how's everyone? Are we all healed up? Are we all
Breathing is
well
hard.
looked after?
I am not completely healed, but I feel like I deserve it.
What do you mean? I healed you up just before.
But
With your son.
Sure.
It's
I was
what you-
paying attention.
Out of game. You did get healed, but then you got zapped by your sword. So
Yes.
you're fine. It's completely founded. I just
turns
don't know
out-
when you got attacked.
It turns out you shouldn't talk to a sentient sword like it's a puppy. Who knew?
Another sentient sword. Another sentient weapon.
Oh, yes, apparently. But this one is supposedly good.
But it hurt you. How can it be good?
I mean, it's me. I deserve it.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Maybe it only
Ooh,
bit you because
spicy.
you're a half elf.
So, aside from healing, what else do you do, Ferald?
I'm an alchemist.
An alchemist. What
I'm
is
a big
that?
thing.
Oh, is
Oh,
that
you
like
know.
Is that like a herbalist?
A little more less gathering and a little more applied ability.
Was that
I
an
make
attack on
potions
me?
and things.
Oh, right. I also make potions. I make good berries. I have 6 here. Did you want one, Elkas?
Sure.
Okay.
I am feeling a bit hungry.
Here you go.
The good berries are out.
So my good berries, they are like, they're like plums, but they have like a glow to them in the center. Yeah. Instead of like a hard stone. So there you go. Anyone else? Everyone fine?
I will take one. And how much? It's +4 now to the
Yes.
hit points, isn't it?
Yes, here you go. Oh, I should give you one, Ferald, just in case. So I'll give everyone one as well as Elkas. So I should be on 1. Okay. 1 for myself, I suppose.
Wildheart asks if there are crackberries.
Crackberries. Well, there's only Russell. There's only Russell Crackberry.
But
What? What?
Schoolyard jokes from my childhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
100 years ago.
1,000, perhaps. Okay, I now have a token in here for you, Avery. So, the long story short is... Ooh, one moment.
Yeah, schoolyard jokes from the first age of Sidariel.
Yes. Correct, Amondo. Okay, I'm going to move you guys to a new map.
Let's go.
Ferald, if you want to join us in Roll20, whatever that is.
I think Ferald failed his history check on what Roll20 is.
Right.
Awesome. I see Sean's in there, Alex is in there, Charlie's in there, Barry shouldn't be in there. But yes, You'll have to get in there, Avery. I've set up your token. You just have to launch the game, I think. I don't know if you've got that far yet.
I see. Just the launch game button.
Yep. Should bring you to a map where everybody's up on the top right corner of that map. You can drag the map around by right-clicking and holding down the right-click button. You should be able to move your characters one square at a time with the arrow keys on your keyboard. And you can ping by holding down the left click on your mouse button. I don't know if you know all of this stuff, I'm just reiterating. I would be curious to get a shared screen just to see how wildly different it looks on your screens to my screen. So if anybody wants to do that, that would be cool. Not helpful. None of you are helpful. Okay, fine. You're all fired.
Not safe for work.
Not safe for work. Okay, no worries. Here we go. Right, so let's drag your page up further to the right. And I'll just have a look on over here. I see what's going on here. Here we go. Now our audience should be able to see where our players are. So what you're looking at is a... you can zoom your map out, actually, Alex, if you can. Zoom it right out, yeah. So you can see you guys are up in the top right corner, and what you're looking at, by the time you get here, it's dark. You've spent the day traveling around the outside of the city. And it's about 12 odd miles further, yeah?
Sorry to interrupt, there's a post that needs to be in the Twitch chat that needs to be deleted.
There's a what needs to be deleted?
A post in the chat needs to be removed. It's a thing.
That's crazy. You know that you've made it when you have someone, you have a bot. So.
Wow. We have made it, haven't we?
It's so dumb.
It's remarkable. How do I kill it? I can pin it. I can block it.
You should give Jordan some mod powers.
Yeah, totally. I can do that. Well, keep chatting to me, and I will mod you up, Jordan.
Cool. That's wicked. Where is everyone? Okay.
So did you kind of get an idea of what you're looking at? I guess I see what I did wrong when I made this map now, is that I painted the tents with for dynamic lighting, and now you can't actually see the outside of the tents. Anyway, so those odd figures, shapes, which I'm going to ping for you, here, and here, and here, and here. You see tents, and you can see water, obviously. And this area here, up the top, this is the top of a precipice, and there's like a wall that goes all the way around the back of this quarry. There's lots of rubble and crap around, and as you approach, you can see the campfires, which clearly have light spilling out from them. Yeah. Can you make perception checks for me, please?
Ooh.
Ooh.
14.
14, okay. So, perception 14 for Alkas. Was it a... Oh, yep. Feralt was a 9. Vespaira is a 10. Alex is a 6. Okay.
No, hold on. So it was a 21 first, and then I didn't move the space bar, which I'm using for chat because I don't want to cough the screen. And then it just rolled the 6 and the 5, so it was 21 first.
Okay, so you're telling me you got a 21. Okay. Alright, I think that's fair. All right. Well, with that, then you can see there are definitely a number of orcs moving around on the surface of the quarry floor as you come around the bend at the top of the map. They're sort of about, you're guessing 100 feet or so apart away from you. Yeah, from where you are, 85 feet, 120 feet, these sorts of distances. But up here, where I'm pointing at right now, this is upwards off the ground about 70, 80 feet. And you're not sure how to get up there, except perhaps this object might be a ladder.
Ah.
At the back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so where do you go from here as you come around this corner? You might even be... we could even put you over here. Hang on. We could put you a bit closer to the edge of the canyon if you're coming around carefully, right? And are you stealthing as you come around this corner? Do you send somebody ahead? Is there any kind of recon?
One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out Theo.
Bring up Theo. So...
Yep.
When you say you're going to bring up Theo is a fire moth.
Yes. And she'll appear from the tattoo on my back.
Right.
And just sit there.
All right.
Yep.
So she's sitting there. She's about a foot across from what I can gather. All right. So
Anything
she's
else?
up. Yep.
Yep.
Anybody else want to do anything before you head into this area?
I think Elkas has probably dismounted and tied his horse up a little way away.
All right.
And is trying to come in quite sneakily.
All
I will
right.
join you. Also, I'm going to just tap Alexander. Be like, your shimmery shield.
Right.
Do you want to be squishy? Do you? I can't hear you. No?
Press.
As she says that, I push. I cast Mage Armor on myself.
You cast
There you
mage
go.
armor on yourself. Okay.
I'm trying to prevent death.
I'm going to tie up my horse and call out my owl.
All right. So your owl comes swooping down from above and lands on your shoulder.
Good bird.
Very cute.
Turns its head around in the typical owl fashion. You know what I'm talking about.
What kind of owl? Like a snowy owl, a barn owl, just the snowy ones?
Just like a barn owl.
Okay, right. Nice. Okay. Shall we sneak on up then?
Do we want to do reconnaissance first?
Well, we know... Well, we assume that Rokan is here somewhere. But we don't know who else might be here. Friend or foe. I think reconnaissance is our best bet.
I meant, do you want me to send the owl in?
Oh, yes. That would be handy.
So I pull out a piece of parchment from my bag and lay it out on the ground as the owl flies off into the camp. And I put my hand on the parchment, and you just see this series of still images of the camp from the owl's perspective just pop up on the parchment before fading and being replaced with another one.
Okay, so sorry, I was modding Jojo just then. So you have done a thing and stuff. Please reiterate. I'm so sorry. I was only half here.
So basically, it's that trick I did in the one shot. The owl sees things, I share senses, and then I use magical tinkering to make what pictures of what the owl sees appear on the parchment, just giving us a layout,
Right.
bird's eye view of the camp.
So what you've basically got is a tablet and a drone.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. Alright, so the drone bird takes off, your owl takes off, and you guys are looking at this kind of... I suppose it would be a little bit more organic than a flat screen monitor. You're kind of getting a sense of the owl's peripheral vision wrapped up into this... it's like a... Do you know... I don't know if you know what a... what are those kinds of lenses called?
Fisheye?
Well, fisheye lens, I suppose, is one. Yeah, I guess so. There's a cinema lens I was thinking of specifically. The thingy morph lens. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it bends the picture, is what I'm saying. It just sort of has a sort of a wraparound effect. And the owl begins to fly up and around. So you're sending them over the outcrop into the valley, or around the outcrop into this canyon, into this quarry. Which of those two options? Is it going to go up and
basically
over, or
kind
around?
of around the periphery before going into the camp, and then checking out the outcropping.
Right. So, let's say that you're kind of right here on the corner, around the corner. Would that make sense? That you would be
Yeah, just a bit out of the way.
You haven't kind of entered the area. Nobody can see you. You're not within the line of sight of any orcs. I'm going to assume, for some reason I'm making these assumptions, Elkas might have gone ahead and scouted a little bit, looked around the corner, seen some shit, popped back and said something, and then you guys sent your drone in. Would that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so the bird flies around the corner. What's the range on your Find Familiar? I feel like it's 100 feet or 120 feet or something like that.
I think it's like 100 feet that it can share senses, but, you know, it can always send things to me after it comes back within range.
That's true. Okay, so can you ping by holding down your left click where on the map it might be after about 10 seconds? In fact, we could also give you a token for this, come to think of it.
I should tell you that my map is just basically black. It's also saying editor at the top.
Oh, okay. Okay. Your map is black. Let's have a look at that wee problem then. Alt.
Well, not all black, but like the big white area in the center is just black.
Oh, that's because you cannot see in there because of the shadows and the darkness.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, Feralt, is I'm going to give you a token for your familiar. And I'm going to give them vision. Token vision, night vision. Do you know how much night vision an owl has? Is it like 120 feet or something? I'm going to start with that.
Let me check.
Put this owl under...
Yeah, dark vision, 120 feet.
Cool. That was a great guess. Feralt. Save. Okay, so now you should see that there is an owl on the token layer. Yep. Can you see the owl? Hasn't appeared on
It's showing up for me.
Stream map, but okay, cool. It's showing up for you. So you should be able to
Yeah, I'm
move
seeing
that
it as
owl.
well.
And as you move it around, you should be able to see more details. So you can say how far can you move per... What's your speed per turn as an owl?
Fly speed is 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, so let's say you can move 12 squares right now. Show us where you go. You just go one square at a time using your arrow keys. Okay, so what you're seeing from there is definitely there's this orc here, and you're seeing the whole little camp to the side. I'm going to suggest, Alex, Jordan, maybe you should unshare your screen because it's not actually giving us the most up-to-date images. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay, so the owl is moving around the edge of the camp. It's got this far. How high is this owl right now? What's its elevation? It's yeah.
I would say maybe 50, 60 feet in the air.
Okay, so it's coming pretty close to the top of the structure over here.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that tall.
Yep.
In that case, maybe say 30 feet above that.
30, so maybe 90 feet high. Okay, cool. All right, in that case, what I feel obligated to relay to you is that there is a giant bat on top of that structure. A huge bat, big enough to be a mount. And it's tied up to a post, like a wooden post that's sticking out of the top of this outcropping structure. There's 2 yurts up there and a campfire, and there's a young-looking orc, like an orc boy. Yeah. Okay. Barry, while we're here, let's get a perception check for Rokan.
That is 13.
13. Rokan, you hear a flapping sound around the outside of the yurt that you're in, and you can see this silhouette of some sort of flying creature, probably an owl by the sounds of it. You're pretty good with nature, being a ranger. Flapping around the outside of the yurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I'm gonna try and break the things again.
All right, so we're going to make an athletics check for Rokan. He's been working on it for a while now.
It was a natural 1 for a 5.
A natural 1. Oh, fuck. Okay, you know how when sometimes you try and loosen something and it tightens it?
I breathe wrong too.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so you're straining against this, and you've it's made it a little bit harder and a little bit worse. You're finding it more difficult to get out than it was before.
Okay. All right.
Can you make a perception check for the bird, please, Avery Ferralt, for the owl?
Yep, let me just double check its stats.
Mm-hmm. Probably has like +3 or something, being an owl. It's bound to be wisdom, right? Owl's wisdom.
It's +3, and it has advantage on checks that rely on sight or sound.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So let's get an advantaged perception check for the owl. You can either roll it in D&D Beyond, or you can roll it in on dice.
Yeah, I don't see a way of adding my own modifier to it, the owl's modifier, so I'll just roll it in front of me.
Yep, sure. How are you, wild at heart? Sorry, I say wild at heart. I don't mean that. I mean wild heart. How's things going out there in the world?
Yeah, so I got a natural 20.
Nice. Okay, so right on the peripheral edge of your telepathic range with your owl familiar, which you can give a name, by the way. Right on the edge of that telepathic range, just before you lose contact, you see an image of Rokan through the entrance of this yurt, chained, naked, and whipped to this post on the inside of the tent, the yurt. Rokan being this orc, whom you've never seen before, but, you can assume it's the person that you're here to see or find, the captive.
Yeah, so I still have the parchment in front of me, so what I saw I'll show on the parchment, and I'll just turn to them and say, "Is this your guy?"
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, that's Rokan.
Can you make one more perception check for the bird, please?
He looks like he's having a great time. Most people have to pay for that sort of thing.
He's your guy. Yeah.
So that is a 16.
16, okay. And the other tent on the other side of the area up there has two figures in it. One of them appears to be an orc, a very lean-looking, kind of cruel-faced orc, more so than usual, with painted red tusks sticking up out of the bottom of his jaw up through his lips. And a human human woman, I think I said. Was it the... Can't remember whether I said it was Sarah's mother or father they abducted.
Her mother.
Sarah's
It was
mother.
her mother, right. Yeah, it was a human woman. So there you go, human woman in the tent. See how I carefully metagamed so that I could make sure that my players knew who was where so that the stakes were set? I totally did that on purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
So I show that on the parchment as well, and I say, this might be a problem.
Well, if Theo can get up there, she can get them both out of the manacles.
There's also, actually, no, you don't know this. Never mind.
This is Theo, by the way.
And I'm sure if we can just break Rokan free, he'll be able to look after himself, whereas... I don't know if the woman has any fighting experience, but I imagine not.
I also imagine not. Okay. Should I send off Theo? Rokan will recognize Theo. Obviously.
Hopefully he doesn't try to eat her.
It doesn't matter in the end.
Now, Rokan,
right.
at this point, having stayed at House Caelrin for so long, Rokan, and having had so many feasts at Alexander's expense in his apartments, feast after feast, bone after bone of chicken, of ham, of what have you, the fruit, the porridge, the breads, all of these feeds that you've been given, and now you're sitting here in this nasty tent of the Shargaas cult, with not even a bug to catch.
All right, now I'm gonna get against the pole.
Yep.
Grab it because it's at the back of me, and pull the pole out.
The pole is extraordinarily heavy, but you can
Well, let's see if
certainly
it's
you can try. You will need to roll a natural 20 to make this really happen.
Yeah, of course.
And you're at disadvantage because of the chains and the way that you're chained up and sitting on
You
your
can do
ass.
it.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
disadvantage, athletics, natural. Yep. Did I just see a natural 1?
No.
No, it's not. It's a 10. It's a 10.
The only way that would have happened was 2 natural 20s, and that was not going to happen.
Well, I've seen it happen. I mean, what about Emma in Sunfall? She's aiming at an invisible opponent, and she has to roll 2 natural 20s to hit this damn guy, and she manages it. That was incredible.
Now I'm pissed off.
Now you're pissed off.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're finding the manacles are just scraping up and down against the pole behind you.
Okay, so I'm gonna try pulling them again, breaking them again, because I'm pissed off now.
All right. This is to no great avail, unless you want to make a Constitution saving throw to see how much damage you do to yourself.
Could I send off Theo?
Yep.
Is that all right? I'm going to tell her to avoid being seen, move as fast as she can, and when she gets to Rokan and the mother, teleport them out of their manacles safely.
Ooh, teleport them out of their manacles.
I'm going to be using all my bonus actions.
This is an excellent question. Can you teleport out of manacles in 5e?
Also, from our little recon drone, there wasn't many enemies in the lower section, correct?
In the lower section. Can you make a perception check? Make a perception check of the perception check that the owl made.
19.
19. You think that amongst the people down the bottom, you can see that there's like there's a certain amount of farming that's been going on over there, and there's various houses. But with your 19 perception, looking around, you are beginning to get the impression, Elkas, that this camp and these refugees are something of a cover.
Oh,
and that
okay.
more of these orcs, their farming activities seem to be a bit of a front to you. Does that answer your
Elkas at this point is going to then whisper to the others, I'm going to move up to get a closer look and start moving in towards the camp as stealthily as he can.
Out of game, Wildheart he has mentioned that we can.
Now, I'm just looking through some notes here on the internet, and I'm getting the general impression that the answer is yes, you can teleport out of shackles, which is why there is an item called dimensional shackles, which prevent exactly that. In which case, Theo, so you're going to have Theo take basically the same flight path, or what?
Potentially, I want her to be a bit more stealthy, so she is going to take longer because she's not an owl.
Right.
Her movement's a lot slower.
All right.
And I will be keeping an eye on her as best as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good then.
I'm going to be using a lot of my bonus actions.
All right.
Just all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
I am going to be... I'm going to do something to make this map easier for everyone to use, because I think at this point it's kind of obvious what's going on. You just remember for yourselves what your dark vision is, but I'm going to turn the dynamic lighting off so you get a better view, because I think I put too many boundaries in there.
Yeah, there's a few.
Ooh. How does that look now?
Looks good.
Okay, cool. So you can see the whole map, hopefully. Cool. Alright, so show me where Theo is.
Okay, so she moves at about 30 feet. So it's gonna take like 3 turns, probably? Does that seem fair?
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
and she'll fly.
we're talking about a lit moth.
Yes. I told her to be stealthy about it.
Okay.
I know it's hard to do that, but we've got cover by the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
The day is trash.
Well, I'm going to get Theo to make a dexterity stealth check, basically.
Okay.
I think it's going to have disadvantage because Theo is a fucking fiery moth. And it's nighttime.
I have to figure out how to do this. How do you
probably
do
just
this?
just roll 2d20 is how I would do it.
Okay.
And then you can add the mods.
2d20. Good. Okay, so I think the stealth. Okay, so I assume I add +3.
Yep.
So it'd be 13.
13 is actually not terrible. Alright, very good. So your moth flies up there. Theo flies up there, and then what?
I've given her permission to go in and teleport the people, well, Rokan and the mother, out of their manacles.
Okay, how far? Just out of their manacles in any particular direction? North, south, east, or west?
Do you have
Rokan?
like the location of the woman? Because I have to consider the fact that if she's too close, she might take some fire damage.
So you think she's gonna be here where I'm pinging, and you think Rokan is gonna be here where I'm pinging?
I can't see your pinging. Yep. Sweet. That seems Fair. Okay, I'll start with the woman, seeing as she. Oh no, I'll start with.
That was me. But,
Thank you.
yep.
I'll start with Rokan, and then go on to the woman
All right.
and teleport them just out of the manacles.
Okay, so like 15 feet out of the tent, or just out of the manacles, like just
Just
5
out of the
feet?
manacles.
5 feet out of the manacles.
Yeah.
Okay, Rokan, you're sitting there in the tent, struggling with the chains, getting more and more furious and pissed off. Rokan is a ranger, not a barbarian, so he's not going to rage over it, but still pretty pissed off. When this familiar fiery moth swoops in through the doorway and wiggles its antenna at you in a fashion that reminds you of the last time this happened. Woof! And you are teleported suddenly 5 feet out of your manacles. You're still sitting down, but your hands are free.
Quickly, I look around for my stuff. Did they put it anywhere near me?
The stuff is in a chest in the corner of the tent, but you know it's locked.
Okay. Can I break that?
Okay, so you race over to the tent and you start trying to break into the lock. You
Yeah.
race over to the chest rather and start trying to break into the lock. So that's what you're doing. Theo is also aware that there is a giant bat over here and that there is a young orc over here.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Let me go to...
Well, the spirit doesn't know that, so she can't really communicate that to her little creature. She has the intention of bringing out the mother.
Right, so
now
Theo
for
is
her
going
next
to go
turn.
into the other tent. All right. Now, Theo is not telepathically connected to you, or is?
No.
No. Okay, so you're not getting any imagery.
Nope.
Excellent. All right then. Fair enough. Alexander, what are you doing over this whole course of things?
I think I would just be kind of staying back.
Oops, lost your sound. I heard
I'll just
staying
be
back.
staying back, making sure that no one saw me, so stealthing.
Okay. All right, and Alkas, similarly, or?
Elkas is trying to sneak up to here on his next turn and listen into the camp to see if he can overhear anything going on.
Okay,
As
can
he
you
does speak Orcish?
make a stealth check for us, Alkas? I'm not going to make anybody else make stealth checks because you're not really close enough. You're all in my view. You're all around this corner.
That
Right,
is
right.
a 19.
19. Okay, yeah, you certainly
to the
get up
back of the
close. And Alkas, do you speak Orkan?
I do, so I'm trying to overhear what's going on in the camp.
Okay. What you overhear, Alkas, we will need to make a perception check.
That is a 5.
5. Okay, unfortunately, from where you are, the conversation seems to be just nothing much, just stuff about food, supplies, the delivery that came in today, they dropped it off, good. Nothing very important seems to be happening. After a few minutes, you hear something about a caravan coming tomorrow.
Cool.
You hear that caravan is coming from a place called... One moment, please. Playing the holding music. This is the elevator music. Do 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 do.
No.
It's coming from a place. The caravan is coming from a place called Zagarum, which is a major port and holy place in the Angkor Orkan Empire. So that's what you overhear. A caravan coming from Zagarum tomorrow. All right.
I'm just gonna, stick around hanging out here, trying to stay aware of any activity that these guys might have been alerted to.
Okay. So far, no one seems to be alerted to any activities. But you do notice that all of these orcs, despite the fact that they are kind of dressed like peasants, farmers, refugees, they all seem to have weapons hidden in their tents, and they carry little shivs on them as well, as they wander around. And you too can make a religion check for me, in fact.
13.
13. What do you know about orcs? What does your character know about orcs?
I was going to say, for Mars Garum that you just introduced,
Yep.
Elkas probably knows a bit about that because he, back in the day, was a bit of a smuggler in and out of ports, and that's where he learned Orkan from when he was smuggling in and out of Orkan ports.
Okay. Okay, interesting. And that, oddly enough, does get your attention because they're talking about shipments to and from Masgarum and smuggling, and something about that whole thing just smells fishy to you. Alright. So, Barry, you're up in the tent, struggling. No longer struggling. You're free. You're trying to open a chest.
Yep.
What are you going to use to open this chest? You've got no tools. You've got no clothes. You can't pick the lock with your finger. I mean, you
Okay,
could pick up the lock. You could pick up the whole chest if you really tried. You could probably pick the entire thing up, and you know, I'm going to make. Can you make an intelligence check for Rokan, please, Alex? Jojo, I should say.
19.
19. It does occur to you that you could drop the chest off the side of the precipice. It would fall 60 feet and smash it open that way. But
And
that would
wake up everybody and sundry.
It would
Yes.
probably do that too, yes, with a 19
Okay.
intelligence check, yes. You
Okay.
just suspect that. would be
Okay,
it.
if you put the chest on its back
Yeah.
and you punched it through from the bottom, from
Right.
the underneath,
Okay.
might that do it?
You might be able to even kick it through if you did that.
Yeah,
You
I'll
might
do that.
even be able to kick it through. That's pretty clever. Okay, so you roll the chest over,
Yeah.
and you're going to try and kick it through. So let's have an athletics check, please. Difficulty's going to be 16 to smash this chest open.
What was that, sorry?
I get another one, I'm gonna
Athletics,
just scream.
Difficulty 16. I'm going to give you advantage though, because I think you turned the chest over and you've angled it up, and you've got a chance to kick it a few times if you want
Yeah.
to.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Nice, nice.
Well. Okay, smash, Rokan. The chest explodes open. All of your gear comes pouring out. And I'm assuming you're going to start putting it on
I get dressed real quick.
quickly as you can.
Yep.
Okay, so what is Rokan's gear on his character sheet there, Jojo?
He has the braces of archery, longbow +1, arrows. There were 9 good berries, which I think have expired.
Probably.
2 hand axes, leather armor, and quarterstaff, a potion of minor healing.
Right. So the bad news is all your magic items are gone. The bow, potions, archers, braces, missing. Axes are there. Your money's gone. Anything consumable is gone.
Okay.
Just a few bits of shit basically left
Do
over.
I see the other
Is there any-
tent?
You can see the other tent from where you are, and in fact, you're about to enter initiative because you just made a huge crashing noise, smashing open the chest.
Yeah.
So you've got about 10 seconds to put on some armor. Does he have any armor in his inventory under normal circumstances? It should have like studded leather or something.
He just has leather.
Leather. All right.
He
You
has
did buy
studded
some.
leather. He has studded leather waiting for him to pick up back in the city.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say
That's
your
very
letter's
helpful.
fucking missing too then. Alright. So Theo and the owl both hear this smashing noise. Everybody else can make a perception check to see if they hear this noise.
Uh, 16.
22.
16. Okay, yes.
Basically, he knows they're probably here because of Fluffy,
Fluffy.
Burly
That's
Fluffy.
15.
Sorry, what? Oh, I don't have perception from Feralt or Jojo at this point. Or do I? Yes, Jojo was
Sorry,
an
that's
18.
18. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You said that the owl would have heard, so I didn't roll.
Oh, right. The owl would have heard, yes. And I suppose seeing as you're connected to the owl at the moment, that makes sense that you don't need to make a check. Oh, that's fair. Okay. And the owl, what is the owl doing at present, Feralt?
It is sitting on top of the opposite tent.
Sitting on top of the opposite tent from Rokan. Okay. So the owl will notice that there is somebody making a noise inside that tent besides... sounds like an orc. And then they come charging out of the tent from within. Give me a second.
Just trying to move the owl, but it's not letting me for some reason.
Right. Hold on a second. Save this.
Yeah, my character, Theo, can't get into that grey square. But that's okay.
Can't get into the grey square.
Yeah. Same with the owl.
As I say, there might be a wall or something.
Same with the owl.
Okay.
It's fine. We understand.
Right. Can I get everyone's initiative again? Because the encounter that I started was the wrong encounter. And you guys have... Well, I've got Rokan's encounter, which is kind of separate, so I'm just going to have initiative in both of those encounters. Just in case you go in one direction or the other.
Initiative. 7.
7 for you.
Feralt was a natural 1 on the previous roll.
Okay.
21 on this roll, 15 for the last. Depending on which one you want to take.
Couldn't remember my last, so it's a 16.
So I just rolled again, and I got a nat 20 this time.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay, can I get a Rokan initiative? Vespaira, what did you say you got?
Hold on. I can't find it.
That's a flaccid 20.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to call you.
7.
I'm going to call you out. Alexander, rather. What did you get?
You got a
16.
16.
16. Okay, Alkas.
21.
21. Okay, Feralt.
New roll, natural 20 for 22.
22. Nice. Okay, and Vespaira.
7.
7. Okay. Okay. D&D Beyond can be quite annoying from time to time, but here we go. Okay, so Barry, you're standing up. You've smashed open the chest. The weapons have come piling out. You're looking at your stuff, thinking, "What am I going to do?" When the Red Fang comes charging from the other tent, straight into where you are, drawing from his belt a scimitar. As he comes charging in at you, he gets to the edge of the. He comes into the tent and swings at you with a multi-attack. His first attack is a 14. Your armor class is probably not very high right now because you're not wearing any armor. What is Rokan's AC without armor? If we unequip it.
10 plus Dex. Oop.
Yep, 10 plus Dex. So what's his Dex? Rokan's Rokan's dex is +1,
Alexander,
so it's...
you are
oh, no, it's not. It's +3.
forever muted.
So 13. His AC is 13.
Yeah, Jordan,
It's
if you're
13.
Yeah.
now you
I just had to take off his armor because I forgot to do that.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay. Alright, so the first hit actually does hit you, Rokan, for 12 points of damage.
Yep, it's noted.
Okay, that's been noted. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so
Jordan's
the
face.
second scimitar attack. Oops, that's the wrong button. Second scimitar attack is a 4 plus something, 9 misses anyway. Okay, so Rokan, he's attacked you twice and missed twice. You've got both your axes in your hands now. Feralt, you're downstairs around the corner watching through the bird presently, I assume.
correct.
Do you do anything? It is your turn.
How does Rokan look right now?
How does he look? Well, he had a long rest, so he was at full hit points until he just took 12 hit points worth of damage. Rokan is down to 13 out of 25. But he's a long way away from where you are physically.
Is he within 100 feet?
Is he within 100 feet? Well, if you were to come out from your corner and move to about maybe here or something, maybe. Let's see. Let's map this out.
He is inside a tent at the moment, though, so
There is that.
line of sight.
Yeah, he is inside a tent. There's probably no line of sight.
But the owl can see him?
The owl can see him. Can the owl deliver a touch spell?
If it's within 100 feet, but I don't really want to break the owl's stealth just yet, because I don't want to play that card.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so you're going to hold this action, or what would you like to do?
I can't hold casting through a familiar,
Right,
because it uses the familiar's reaction.
right.
Or at least I don't think so. I'd have to check the rules. I'm just going to start... I'm just going to hold movement, and if anyone else from the group I'm with moves, I will go with them.
Okay, so you're holding for movement. Very good then. In which case, Alkas, what are you doing? You've heard the smash upstairs. You hear this grunt. You hear this swinging of steel coming from
In Orcish,
Yep.
I'm going to yell, "What's that moving out on the water?"
Okay. Do you want to make a deception check, please?
I can definitely do that. Deception.
Oh. Oh dear.
That's a nat 1.
Okay. Excellent.
I think it probably just sounds very weird because I've used all of the very formal pronunciations.
Right.
So instead of saying, "What's that out on the water?" I've said, "Good sir, can you see that out there on the waves?"
Hark, what goest upon the waves further beyond the... Yeah, okay.
However, I think I've nailed that.
You think
So
you've...
I'm-
Yeah.
I am going to run and bonus action dash up to this guy here,
All right.
and on my way pull out my longsword, and as I pull it out, I'm going to kind of whisper to it,
Yeah.
"Let's have some fun," and then take a longsword attack at that guy.
Very well. Make a roll to hit, please.
A 14.
A 14. Okay. Alkas. 14. That hits.
Or 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. All right. He is wounded and doth not like you. No. Nay, alas. Okay, so that's your turn. You got any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, dialogue?
That is me.
That is you. Okay, Rokan. You've just been struck by a scimitar, cut, bloodied, and you are on mute.
Hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark. Okay, now let's just do a little checky here because, haha, just to complicate your life, because I know how much you love me for this kind of nonsense. But this is when I say, do you need material components for Hunter's mark? Let us see. Hunter's mark. Components, verbal. You do not need material components, but it is a concentration spell. Okay, so Rokan, you cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Great. And you've picked up your axes.
And let him have it.
And you're going to roll to hit with your axes, please.
Yes.
Cool. Let's do it. That's a JoJo job. Just reminding. Okay, first attack is a 7. Second attack, he doesn't get a second attack because of the Hunter's Mark was his bonus action on this round, unfortunately. So you come in to hit the Red Fang, and he tackles the blade out of the way on that attack. Do you have any other actions? I don't think so. You're just going to stay in combat with this guy, I assume, Rokan, or do you want to try and run past through or otherwise try and escape him?
I want to ram him.
You want to ram him?
Yeah.
Okay, now just to be clear, we are standing on top of a outcrop of rock that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, maybe 60 feet around, like a 60-foot flat surface. Edges of all sides of that are cliffs, 60-foot cliffs.
I want to ram him off the rock, is what I mean. I want to...
You want to throw him through the tent wall, out through the off the cliff?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to make a grapple check.
Yeah.
All right, so can you make a athletics check for Rokan, please, Jojo?
No, my lot are there, so I'm trying to beat it.
That was an 8.
It's real dice.
18.
I rolled oddly enough, a 7, so don't feel too bad. What was the 18 for?
It's when I push the space bar. I forget that I can't click on
an extra
screen,
which is an extra click.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got an 8, but then we get a 7. Okay, so Rokan, you and the Red Fang are locked in this grapple. You've got your hand axes, he's got his scimitar, and you're struggling against each other, and you're pushing him slowly back across the floor. You manage to move him 5 feet back into the tent wall. And you can see that he's looking around and really trying to get another grip on this. And he calls out at that point. Now, that's the end of your turn, Rokan, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, at that point, the giant bat rips open the side of the tent, coming from your right. I'm just going to turn him around over here. Giant bat rips open the side of the tent and attacks whatever it finds that's not its master. Giant bats don't have a lot of, intelligence or otherwise, but it gets a 19 to hit you, and it does. 6 points of damage, Rokan. So Jojo, please record 6 more points of damage. Avery, you will be noticing through the eyes of the bird that Rokan has taken another hit, this time from this giant bat that's just ripped the side of the tent open, and you're currently sitting right on top of your owl rather is sitting on top of there. What I need to do is get a certain object. Here we go. Layers. It's all about layers in Roll20. It's very time consuming, moving back and forward between layers. Here we go. Right, here's our red fang. Okay. So, who's next on our initiative order? The giant bat's done its thing. Alexander Cordana, you are next on initiative.
We cannot hear you.
Sound. Would you like to use a bonus action to unmute yourself?
I am going to use my bonus action to unmute myself. I'm going to move myself closer to the action.
Okay.
Could someone do that for me? Because it's going to be a nightmare. Actually, no, I can do that.
Where do you want to move to? "30 feet to there." Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. Alright, so we can put you over here if you like.
That triggers my held action.
Okay, so Feralt.
Yeah, I follow him.
Alright, so you follow him up to there. Something like that.
Yep.
Alright, cool. So your
That's
held
the end of my
action is
turn.
done. It's the end of your turn, Alexander. Vespaira, your turn.
Right. Well, Theo's doing her bonus action,
Yep.
which is to get that woman out. She will go up to the woman, sort of form some sort of friendship there, just making sure that she is comfortable. She would have looked at like the orc. She would have looked at Rokan when he got teleported out with the moth.
Well, they were in different tents.
But if you can see there, they're both looking at each other.
That's true. So you're saying
So-
Sophia's in this tent, basically,
Yes.
at this point.
I couldn't move her. But yeah,
Oh, you
she
couldn't.
is going to teleport the woman out of her shackles.
Alright, cool. That's your action on this turn, then? Or is that a
That's
bonus action?
the bonus action. I will move up and I'm going to really produce flame.
Ready a produce flame. Okay, cool.
Yes, I guess it's just normal. Because you can just hold it in your hand.
Yep. Alright, so you're holding that.
Yes.
Okie dokie. At that point, this orc comes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet out from here. 50, 55, 60 feet in this direction. Seeing the lot of you guys, thinks that probably it's a good idea to toss javelin. Oh, 24 to hit. Oh. Who have we got? Elkas, I think. Well, wait a minute, not Elkas. He hasn't seen Elkas. He sees Vespaira, Feralt, and Alex. I guess Alex is at the front. So, Alex, it's you. What's your armor class, Alex?
Microphone.
13.
13. Yeah, okay, that's definitely going to hit you, isn't it? Well, like I say, I rolled a 24, so yeah. Okay, you take a total of 9 hit points of damage from a javelin from an orc. Striking Alexander.
Sorry, you have mage armor, right?
You have mage armor? Well, that would have been good, but it's still rolled higher
Mage
than
armor only gets it up to 13.
16, I think.
How?
I think mage armor gives you 16 AC.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. It rolled a 24, so...
It
Okay.
actually gives me 13 plus my dex, which I don't have any dex.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so roundabouts this point, Rokan, things start to look worse because the apprentice Redfang comes running across towards you as well. And he is going to try and move around you, trying to gain advantage. He is coming at you with... I think it's just a... We're going to call it a short sword. And we're going to reduce the mods because he's an apprentice. So we'll say... Well, it's still going to hit you because you're not wearing any armor, god damn it. Okay, so given that it's a short sword, I can at least. Okay, so we're going to take another 6 points of damage. Unfortunately, Rokan. Jordan, have you got that? Did you
Repeat that?
Sorry, what?
Could you say that again, please?
The Rokan took another 6 points of slashing damage. Okay, now the Red Fang himself, it's his turn, and he has multi-attack, but rather than use his multi-attack, he casts Darkness. Dun, 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 dun. And so now there's a 20-foot field of darkness basically filling up the entire inside of the tent, Rokan. Everything just goes pitch black from where you are. That's its turn. Feralt.
Yep. So I am going to firebolt the move my screen. How do I ping?
Just hold down your left click. That's it.
Also, make sure that you're on the right screen, because we've had that issue where people try to ping on the Zoom chat,
Yeah.
not on Roll20.
Because there's Roll20, which you're supposed to ping on, and then there's Zoom, and then there's the stream as well. So there's 3 different possible screens that look exactly the same if you're not careful.
Right, so I firebolt that guy.
Sorry, which guy? Ping me again. That guy? Yes, gotcha. Okay, roll to hit, please. $12. 12, unfortunately, misses him and goes sailing off into the sky. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue there, Avery? Feralt?
I am going to use my movement.
Okay.
Just to move in front of Alexander, because I just realized, oh, that's a mage hit by a javelin. That's not good.
Right. Fair call. All right, there. Alkas, it's your turn. Rokan, you're
Yes,
on 1
now-
hit point. Again.
This ladder
Yep.
to get up,
Yep.
how much movement would it take to get up the ladder?
Well, it is a ladder. You could dash up it. It's a 60-foot climb, so it would take...
Okay, no, that works
Yep.
for what my plan is then.
Yep.
I'm just going to take an attack at the guy in front of me.
Yep. Roll to hit.
That is a 13.
13, I believe, hits. Let me double check that. Yes, that hits.
Cool. For... Ooh, nice. 9 points of damage.
Okay, how do you kill him?
So when I ran up to him, I took a swipe at him, and I'm just basically spinning around and just striking him in the back as I move past him. And I move to the bottom of the ladder
All right, do it.
and end my turn there.
End your turn.
Actually,
Yep.
no, I'll dash and I'll be 30 feet up the ladder.
30 feet up the ladder. Okay, cool. Very good. Rokan, it is your turn. You have 1 hit point. What are you going to do? You're in grapply attacks with the guy.
Zephyr Strike, hit the center pole, and get out of there.
Zephyr Strike. Okay, now this we're going to have to check to see if you have components for or not. Hopefully.
Opponent is only verbal.
Really? Verbal. Okay, great. So you Zephyr Strike. You're going to hit the pole. Hitting the pole is not hard, but damaging the pole to knock it over, you do force damage with Zephyr Strike. So,
Yeah.
what are you hitting it with? This is an unarmed strike. So, can you give me an unarmed strike? Well, hang on. What is this unarmed strike? It just has a straight damage. You don't have to roll for damage with unarmed strike. It does 3 points
Didn't he
of
have
damage.
Didn't he have his hand axes back?
Oh, he does have his hand axes.
Yeah,
Are you using
I
the
do.
axes or,
Yeah.
or your unarmed strike on the pole?
Yeah.
Axe.
I'm gonna use my axes.
All right. Okay, I'm going to roll some damage on your axes because they both hit. But this is a sort of simultaneous thing. So there's 4 points from the first axe. Another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus Zephyr Strike, which is, what do we say, a D8? Yep, a D8. So we... Okay. All right, you crack the pole. Whack with your axes and your Zephyr Strike smacking into the pole. You can also put your body weight into it too, I think.
Yeah.
So you smash into it. It cracks with a mighty loud noise, a snapping noise, and the tent begins to collapse in through there. We can give you a dex save to try and get out of the tent.
Yep.
I think as you move through the space... Oh, you are... You do not provoke opportunity attacks. This is perfect. Perfect use of Zephyr Strike. Okay, so you escape the tent, moving out of the way of all of these enemies, out onto the plateau of the top of this tall pillar thing, 60 feet in the air. All right, that's your turn. Yeah? Great work.
Thank you.
Okay, not Vespaira, the giant bat. The bat tries to wriggle out of the tent, so it's going to make a strength check, which allows it to back away out of the tent. Alexander, your turn.
So I'm going to cast Fireball.
Yep. Same guy, Alexander?
I'm just going to turn that off.
This guy?
I'm going to shoot that guy, yep.
Okay, firebolt away, roll to hit. AC is 13.
It's a 7.
Sadly, it flies past him and scorches itself against the wall over here, below the owl. Okay, is that your turn, Alexander? Do you've got nothing else?
No, I haven't got anything else. Actually, can I use the sorcery point to do another firebolt?
Yeah, I believe you can. If it's in the rules, you can.
Yeah, cool. I'm using a sorcery point. I'm going to shoot another fireball at this guy.
All right, roll to hit.
Natural 20.
Well, there you go. Wasn't that worthwhile? So you get a critical hit on the orc. Let's have it.
That is going to be 9 points of damage. Fire damage.
9 points of fire damage. Okay. That orc is very upset with you now, Alexander. Very upset indeed. Okay, Vespaira, it is your turn.
Right. I am probably going to... Where is everyone? Okay, sweet. I'm going to cast Bliss.
Bless?
Yep. On the ones that are in my area.
Okay.
Myself, Ferald, and Alexander.
Right.
Because currently that's all I can... all I can get. Let me just try and figure out where I left it. Okay, so whenever you make a target, whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. Yeah.
Right. So attack roll or saving throw, and that's for a minute. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So for a full 10 turns, Feralt, Alexander, and Vespaira all have a d4 they can add to attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah, I assume it's the same as like spell attack.
Yeah. Yep. Spell attack rolls too. Yeah.
Sweet.
I would allow that.
And I won't do anything with Theo because I can't reach her. I can't talk to her. She's too far.
Too far away now. So, okay.
Yep.
So under those circumstances, she just takes the dodge action, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Sophia's taking the dodge action. That's Vespaira's turn taken then, yeah?
Sorry, Theo still would be following the command to teleport this woman free, though, right?
She already did that in her last turn.
Yep, that should have happened. Whether or not it was described explicitly, I can say at this point it has happened. Okay, so at that point, the apprentice Redfang tries to follow you and runs up after you, Rokan. You still only have 1 hit point. Comes at you with the short sword. Oh, tripping with a natural 1. The short sword goes sliding out of his hand as he trips on his face, scraping his arm. The sword goes rattling across the stones and lands at your feet, Rokan. It is now the Redfang's turn. He comes charging out of the tent. Well, can he? He needs to make a strength save to rip his way out of the tent first. Oh, but he does that with a 22. Rips it open with his scimitar, slashes the tent aside, and steps out.
Now you die! You have crossed me for the last time!
Rokan replies without mute.
Rokan goes, come on.
All right, so the Red Fang charges at you.
I wish I could use Zephyr Strike to dodge.
Fuck. Oh dear.
Okay, you have your friends.
Rokan. The Red Fang rolls a natural 20.
Oof.
He not only strikes you but throws you from the top of the cliff, sending you sailing down. You're unconscious. 60 feet. That's 66 worth of
Does he
falling damage.
fly does he throw him near the ladder?
Past you? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
You're saying, do you have a chance to catch him?
Or at least slow the descent?
You can make a dexterity saving throw. Let me just have a quick look at this map scenario. You're coming up the ladder. Rokan... Yeah, I suppose he would be trying to push him into the fire, to be fair. That would make sense. Yeah, okay, you can make a dex save to see if you can grab him.
Is he going off the side or into the fire?
Well, he's going off the side and into the fire. The fire at the bottom.
Oh, okay. A dex save?
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Alright, you manage to grab him just as he flies past. Like, you lean right the fuck off the side of the ladder to do this. And you manage to just grab his shoulder as he goes past. Or maybe his wrist, actually, would make more sense. Now you can make an athletics check to see if you can hold on, because he's heavy.
Are you raging? No. Oh, man.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You catch him, and he does not fall, and thusly does not take falling damage. Okay, cool. But he's
hey there, big guy. Fancy seeing you here.
But he's limp in your arms. When you see him, he's unconscious. He's taken.
I still say that to the unconscious body.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
Just to quickly confirm, he's still on 1 hit point, or he's...
No, he's at 0 hit points. He's unconscious.
He's at 0 hit points. Okay.
Actually unconscious. Feralt.
So, would I have heard the orc getting thrown off the pillar of rock?
Sure.
I send in my owl.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move Rokan's token?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, probably there.
So, I cast through the owl healing word.
Okay.
No, sorry, cure wounds. Cure
Cure
wounds.
wounds. Okay, so alright, so basically, Alkas, you've grabbed him, he swings down under you as the owl swoops in, casting healing word on Rokan, waking Rokan up. So Rokan, you're back to consciousness again. We need a number from Feralt, what your healing word was. How much heals did we heals for?
That is maximum value 11 points of healing.
11 points of healing. That's great. Okay, so you heal for 11 hit points. That's nice. It's good to have friends, hey? Who knew?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're still in the red, but you're not on 1 hit point and you're not unconscious. Great work. Elkas is up next. Pharrell, was that the end of your turn? Did you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, dialogue?
That was my action, and I don't have anything to use as a bonus action, so basically I just put my shield up in front of me and brace myself in case the orc does anything.
All right, very good. Elkas, you've grabbed his hand. I think that was pretty much a reaction.
Yep, happy with that. With Rokan coming back to consciousness,
I think you will need to use your action to maintain your grip on him.
Okay, I was going to say, can I use my action and my movement to descend with him?
Yes.
I'm 30 feet up.
With an athletics check so as not to fall and drop him or yourself. A fail means that you drop him, and a fall means that you and him.
Yeah, I think we both fall.
You both fall? Okay. It's from 30 feet, though. 4, 9... 15 points of falling damage, people.
Well, Rokan is unconscious again.
Oh my god.
Can I then, do I still have the ability on my turn to feed him the good berry that Vespaira gave me?
It was an action.
I think that's your next turn.
His body landed on my body. He might.
I think you can do that on your next turn, Elkas.
Okay.
That is a full action to do that. So, Rokan, it's your turn. You're making a death save, which I'm going to roll for you. Do you want to know the results, or do you want to keep it a secret? I'm sorry, I can't hear.
You might as well tell me.
Tell you. Okay, first save was a 16, so you passed. So you need 3 of these to survive, otherwise you bleed out. All right, at that point, the giant bat... swoops up into the air above and starts swooping around, and it's going to go swooping over here, woof, in this direction. Let me check its movement. Giant bat. Oh yeah. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's good enough. Alright, so it's dashed to about here on its first turn, the giant bat. In the air. Alex, it's your turn.
Magic missile.
Magic missile.
At the giant bat.
At the giant bat. Alright, roll. Oh, you don't need to roll a hit. Just roll your damages, please.
And that is also going to be at the... No, it's going to be at the...
What level are you casting this at?
We're just going to do it at first level.
First level, okay. Like 3d4 plus 2 or something?
3. Maths. Love it.
10?
Yeah, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage to the giant bat. Excellent. Well done. Boof. Okay.
I'm then going to use a 2 sorcery points, because I cast it first level. I have to use 2 sorcery points to do another magic missile.
Another magic missile at the same creature?
At the same creature.
Alright. Do your damage, please.
So that's 12 points of damage.
So your magic missiles rip the giant bat to shreds, causing it to come fluttering and floating down in pieces as sections of it have been destroyed and its wings ripped off or torn open. Its center mass ruined and destroyed. It flops to the ground, dead, landing at your feet. Alexander, it kind of does that whole cinematic slide in and stops, you know, a couple of feet in front of you.
As it's just approaching me, I just put my foot out and stop it with my foot.
Nice. I'll give you inspiration for that. Okay, cool. That's your turn, Alex, or you got anything else up your sleeve?
That is my turn.
Okay, Vespaira.
Okay, I am going to throw a produce flame at the closest guy.
Okay,
I assume
nearest.
he's still alive.
That's this guy here.
One sec. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually moved like here. Okay.
I think you need
In
to.
order to do that.
Okay, so you want to roll to hit.
Sweet.
I assume it's a roll to hit.
Let me just find it. 000. Pew.
Pew pew.
22.
That's a hit.
I would be. I don't have to add the bless either. It's fine.
Right.
Ooh. So 6.
6 points of damage. How do you kill him?
Oh. Well, he just got hit with a
Ball of fire.
Right,
so
not
a fireball,
I want him to
exactly,
catch on
but-
fire.
Yeah. Okay, so you basically just melt his face off and burn his skull out. Okay, so he
Yeah.
just stands there and he's burning up and his clothes catch on fire and he starts screaming and he collapses to the floor as his skull burns through.
If he was up top and he like fell over the cliff, I would ask for was it the Wilhelm scream? Yeah, the
Ah! Okay, is that the end of your
But
turn,
no.
Vespaira? You got anything else? Theo?
Theo will have to stay dodging.
Dodging, okay.
Yep.
Theo is very dodgy. All right then. At that point, my good friends, first of all, let's kill this orc on the Roll20 map. Boof, he dead.
Go get him.
Let's grab some freehand red and to say there's a dead body over there. Boof, just like that. This guy over here is going to turn around and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 to here. Charging in. As he does, that orc throws a javelin at the nearest individual, rolling a flaccid 20. The nearest individual is Feralt. What's your AC? Not 20, I'm guessing.
18.
18, close, but no cigar. He hits you with a javelin, doing minimum damage, 4 hit points of piercing to Feralt. Okay. Excellent. Right, the Red Fang, who's still up the top of the thingamajig, he moves to the edge, doof, over here, and he slides down the ladder. He gets most of the way down on his turn. In fact, yeah, he gets to the ground basically, but he doesn't get to do anything else on that turn. Feralt. Oh wait, I've got the right. Yes, Feralt, it's your turn. Did I mess this up? Did I just give you a turn?
No,
No,
you just
yeah.
attacked me.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
attacked you. That's why I was talking to you, of course. Okay, so Feralt, it's your actual turn now.
Yeah, so I'm just going to firebolt this guy.
Okay, 1 second. Let me check which guy you're talking about. The guy that's just turned up. Makes sense.
I mean, he did just kind of throw a javelin at me. It hurt. I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah, makes good sense. Roll to hit, please.
Don't forget you have bliss as well.
Yes. So you can always add those d4s.
I rolled a natural 1, so I don't think that helps.
You can still roll it.
Well,
I mean, that way you don't lose your item
I
or
think-
whatever you're doing.
I think that in the case that you have bless, you probably could avoid a natural 1 crit failure by
Yeah.
using your bless to do that.
Okay, well, I just rolled it's a D4
Don't
for
forget
plus,
you've got
right?
inspiration.
And you've got inspiration. You can re-roll the whole dice if you want.
Okay, well, I'll use my inspiration then.
Okay, and you can and add a d4 if you want to do that.
Okay, so that's a flaccid 20 before the bless.
Right. Okay. Well, that's definitely going to hit.
And that is 6 damage.
6 points of fire damage. Okay, nice. Any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, and dialogue?
I'm just going to swear at him under my breath, just like a constant, unintelligible stream that you probably couldn't even understand if I was speaking at full volume because of the accent.
Right. Okay. Fair call. Elkas, you're up next with 11 hit points. Slightly bloodied at the bottom of the ladder. There's a
Now-
red fang that's just landed behind you. You've got Rokan at your feet.
This red fang,
Yeah.
if I move from here, will he get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
I am going to pop the good berry in Rokan's mouth.
Okay, so that's your action. Rokan, you have 1 hit point again.
4 hit points.
Oh,
Four
four
hit
hit points this time. Nice, okay. All right, Jordan, that's your job. Cool. So he's got 4 hit points. That's your action. Bonus action.
Bonus action rage,
Okay, rage. Yep.
and turn to the red fang
Mm-hmm.
and just start swearing at him and cussing him out about how he's disgraceful and useless and why would he even do this.
All right. Okay, that sounds fair and reasonable. Is that your turn then?
Can I
That is my
say
turn.
anything?
Rokan, you can say something, and also it's your turn next, so you can do more than say something.
I want to get opposite sides, so we're either side of him.
You want to flank him?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rokan, you move to flank him whilst he's paying attention to Alcas's string of orkan insults, which you understand, of course, because you're an orc.
Yeah.
So you're probably quietly amused at some of the shit that's coming out of his mouth as
Yep.
you move around to flank him. Now, my question is, you fell a long way, and you had 2 axes in your hands, and did the axes fall out of your hands as you fell?
They must have fell out of
They
my
must have.
hands.
I think that it's possible that you could probably sweep them up as a free action because the DM's nice and picking up both
Okay.
weapons is just
Thank you.
kind. So Rokan, you can make 2 attacks. Well, he's still you'd know your concentration's gone, so the hunter's mark is gone.
I can't put that on him, can I?
You can put it on him, but you'll lose a
Yep.
bonus action.
No, I'll
Thing is, if you hit,
Oh,
if you
I'll lose the bonus action.
if you hunter's mark him and then you hit him with your first attack, you will get hunter's mark damage. But if you don't use hunter's mark, you'll get 2 attacks and have 2 chances to damage him instead of just 1. So it's up to you.
We'll go for the 2 attacks.
Go for the 2 attacks. All right, let's roll 2 attack rolls, please.
And with
with
advantage
8.
because I'm flanking him.
So an 8 misses. Yeah, he has advantage because they're flanking.
Thinking. Yeah. The first is a 16.
16. That is a hit. You hit the red fang with your 16.
It's
you
5
do
points of damage.
5 points of damage. Excellent. Okay, great. And your second attack, also with advantage. 13 sadly does not penetrate his defenses. Okay. The bat is dead, isn't it?
Sure is.
Okay, Alexander, it's your turn next.
I am going to magic missile this guy
All right,
at the 2nd level,
at the 2nd level. All right.
which is the exact same as the first level, but it's a level 5.
Okay. 5 for the first missile. Second missile kills him.
Nice.
So you've still got 1 more missile that you can use on that turn, and you can see this guy and this guy moving forward.
I am going to go for this guy
Yep.
with my last missile, which is going to be a 5.
A 5. Okay. Great work. Cool bananas. Vespaira.
Sure. What does this guy have in his hand? Is it Like a sword and shield?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah.
Okay. Same with this dude?
Yeah, I think maybe not a shield, but in this case they're wearing like studded armor, but they have like rusty-looking scimitars and javelins with them. Some
Right,
of them have
okay.
crossbows, but they're not using them right now.
I'll move into range.
All right.
5, 10, 15. I take it that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sweet. I'm going to do produce flame. When I can find it. Produce flame. Where are you? So I create some fire in my palm and fling it out.
All right, roll
And
2 hit.
14.
14.
Oh.
Yep.
Plus bliss.
Plus bless.
Yep.
Well, it will hit.
Oh, okay. Very good. And it will be... Oh, sorry. Ignore that. I just rerolled the 20. The damage dice is another 6 points.
Another 6. Now, is this the guy that's just been hit by Alexander's attack, or is this a different guy?
Ooh. I think I can only hit this guy.
Okay.
Because I intend to go back
here.
to my location.
There's also this guy here.
I thought he was dead.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like Alexander killed him.
You're right. He is dead. There was the other guy over there. That's right. That was the guy that Alex just hit. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so you told me you did how much?
6 points of fire damage.
6 points of fire damage. Excrement. All right. And do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue?
Nope, that's all I'm going to do.
Excellent.
Theo knows what to do.
Theo knows what to do. Okay, he's dodging. The orc on the right-hand side. Boof, boof, boof. Give me 1 second. This guy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30. Gets to here, throws a javelin at Feralt. AC on Feralt is 18, if I recall, and he misses with a 15. Yep. So that's fine. What's his face? The apprentice Redfang, who is upstairs, runs over to the top of the steps and looks down below. Throws a javelin down at Elkas. Doop. Javelin at Elkas. Elkas, what's your AC?
17.
Meets or beats? You take 6 points of piercing javelin damage, Elkas.
Halved to 3, I'm guessing?
Halved to 3 because you're raging. That is true. True to say. Okay.
Your picks deflected.
The Red Fang turns to you, Elkas, and tries to attack you. Elkas, first attack is a 21.
Yeah, that just hits.
Damage is going to be 14 unmodified, so 7 after you rage modify. Slashing damage. Second attack comes at you. It's a 13. That's not going to hit you, is it, Elkas?
No, thank God.
Feralt.
Can I see what's going on over with the Red Fang?
Yeah, they're in line of sight. I mean, bearing in mind it's dark. What's your distance on your...
I don't have dark vision, but they are standing quite close to a
standing
fire.
near a fire, that's true. There is fire. Yeah, okay. No, you can see that.
Okay, so how can I see how they're looking?
You probably hear Elkas
Groaning.
laughing in pain.
Laughing in pain. That might be confusing if you don't know Elkas, which you don't.
I am definitely confused. How does he look?
You can make a perception check.
Sorry, first one was 11. I didn't click over to Zoom before it rolled again.
That's okay. Okay, so an 11. I think it's too dark to really tell how Elkas looks. But you can tell that Rokan is fucked up. Right, Rokan is naked, covered in shiny, wet, red blood that you can see in the firelight. He's got 2 axes in his hands. He's like an orkan version of a Greek god, with his axes, just trying to get in there from behind. He just did quite a good hit on the back of this red fang with his axes. But, you know, fighting naked, it's either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it.
So yeah, I don't want a metagame, and I can't see how Elkas actually looks from where I am. So I am going to have my owl heal Rokan, and I should note that when my owl leaves the space, it does not provoke opportunity attack, no matter where I put it.
Okay, cool to know. All right, so you're going to heal Rokan with the owl at that point?
That is correct.
All right. How much do you heal Rokan for? Jordan, be on standby.
That is 8 points of healing.
Okay, so Rokan heals for 8. Excellent. Is that the end of Feralt's turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Elkas, you're on 1 hit point, but you do actually have armor on, which is... No, actually you don't have armor on because you're a fucking barbarian, aren't you?
No, I am dressed still in my...
fine noble costume.
Yeah, my 40 gold worth of fine noble costume, which is now covered in mud and blood and everything else.
Yep.
And I am going to take an attack at the red fang.
All right.
With advantage because of flanking.
Yes. Yes.
For a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
And that is 7 points of damage, but then I have an ally in range, so I can add my sneak attack.
Yes.
So that is another 2 points of damage.
Yep. And is that the end of, yep. And then he's...
I am going to stay right where I am.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn then, Elkas, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, Rokan, you've got 12 hit points, so you're getting close to half okay again. You're still bloodied. You're still more than half damaged, but you're close to half.
It is the way an orc should be.
Right. Naked and bloody in the field. Okay. And so you can make your 2 attacks with your... well, hang on. Do you want to cast any spells? You want a Zephyr Strike or...
I'm gonna... Does Zephyr Strike get me an extra hit?
Zephyr Strike gets you some extra damage. What we'll do is we'll go over it again. I'll just give you another read of Zephyr Strike. So what it does, you move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. Once, before the spell ends, which for your information is a minute, you can give yourself advantage on 1 attack roll on your turn. That attack that you designate to have advantage on deals an extra 1d8 worth of force damage on a hit. Whether or not you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn, so it's like a free dash.
Okay. I will use it then.
I was going to say, you already have advantage from flanking, don't you?
You do have advantage from flanking, so it's kind of a waste right at the second.
Okay.
It'd be a great spell to cast when you're moving away from this guy to attack somebody else.
Okay, let's do what I've been doing.
Okay. Alright, so
2
let's do
hits.
2 attacks.
Yep.
I mean, you can still Hunter's Mark so that next round you get a 3rd amount of damage. But
Yeah, let's do that.
You lose an attack this round and gain more damage next round.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's do 1 attack with advantage, please.
That was a 13.
It's a 13. 13 sadly does not hit. But you now have him Hunter's Marked. The giant bat is dead. Alexander, it's your turn.
Wait, was that with advantage?
Was that with advantage? Yeah. Yeah, he's nodding. So, Alexander, what would you like to do on your turn?
Magic missile at guy. This guy here.
Okay.
Guy
Do
here.
it.
And it's going to be at the first level because, yes.
At the first level. All right.
That's 11 points of damage for this guy.
Okay. He's dead.
Nice.
Poof.
Good job.
Nice.
Just like I bought one. Okay, cool. Is that the end of your turn, Alexander? You got anything else there?
That is the end of my
It's the
turn.
end of your turn. Okay, Vespaira.
Right. Well, I'm gonna move out back over here. There.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to produce from this guy.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that
5,
guy's dead, isn't he?
6.
That one over there.
Yeah.
Oof, so I'm gonna paint him out.
Okay.
All right. Roll to hit
All right.
or whatever it is you're doing.
Produce flame.
Produce flame. Rolling to hit. Yeah.
Whoa, 12.
12.
Oh, bless.
Plus bless. Well, with a bless on it, that will raise your 12 to a 13, which is the armor class you're trying to meet or beat.
Right, cool.
So that orc has already been hit, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
He was hit by a magic missile.
That's correct. So let's see, how much damage do you do?
Right. I am going to throw a d8.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see. Oh, 2.
Do you have any bonuses to this damage roll?
No.
No, so it's 2 damage.
No.
2
Sadly,
damage.
no.
Sadly, no.
And I will move back
You move back?
because I am a coward.
Because you are a coward. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. The next orc's dead. The one after that's dead. The one after that's gonna do some stuff. This guy. Come on, let me select you. Here we go. He comes 5, 10, 15 to here, and he's going to do a thing with his short sword. Oh shit, I nearly dropped a heavy D20 on the edge of my glass thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Did you hear the crunch? What do we roll? Okay, so that's a 12. That's not going to hit nobody, is it? What's your AC, Vespaira? Is it 12?
No. 17.
Okay, cool. So he misses. Excellent. The orc that's just slid down the ladder is going to try and move around behind Rokan to gain advantage to attack Rokan with his friend in the middle. So having achieved that, that is going to hit, I'm afraid. Rokan takes 5 points of damage from... What is going on over there? What are you laughing about? I bet it's unsavory, whatever it is. Okay, so Redfang is turning to attack Elkas. Now, Elkas, oh, you got 1 hit point. Elkas is one.
I'm trying to hide, but not very successfully.
Right.
Come on, bring it on. Let's go.
All right, let's go. So, first up, first attack. What's your AC?
17.
Okay, his first attack misses you with an 8. Second attack hits you with a 22. That
Cool.
automatically puts you unconscious, I think.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so Elkas falls unconscious on the other side of the red fang that you were fighting, Rokan. Okay? Elkas is down. That's a worry. Feralt.
That'll be fine.
Feralt. You do see
Well-
Elkas go down at that point.
Russell, just for reference as well, I would like you to roll death saves, and I don't want to know.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. But I do see him go down, but I'm on my last spell slot, and I've got an orc in my face.
Uh-huh.
Now, if I remember correctly, because I've got someone in melee range, if I used a ranged spell, that would give me disadvantage?
If you use a ranged spell against that person within 5 feet of you, you would have disadvantage to hit, yes.
Okay, in that case, I draw my totally not a rapier because they don't exist in this setting,
Yep.
and take a swing at him.
Okay, roll to hit. That's a hit.
Even without bless, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and you are going
9 points of
for-
piercing damage.
Now, which guy is it? Can you just ping the guy you're talking about? Is it this guy here?
The only one within melee range
Right.
of me.
Yep. Okay. So, and you did 13 points of damage. Is that right?
No, sorry, 9.
9 points of damage. You kill him. He
Good job.
did. He's slain.
Yay, I killed something.
You killed something.
Yay!
You slayed an orc. You have slain an orc. Well done. Okay, Elkas, Feralt, do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, dialogue?
I call out to Vespaira to see if she can do something about Elkas, because I can't do anything else for a minute.
Okay.
I nod.
All right, very good. So Elkas, I've made a save for you. I made a roll, so you know it's been done. It is the quantum death save.
Schrodinger's death save.
Schrodinger's death save, correct. Yep. Okay, Rokan, you are next. You've got your hunter's mark up now, and you can make 2 attacks with your hunter's mark there. You have ascertained that the Redfang is a little harder to hit than the average orc, but not impossible. So
Yeah,
Jojo, we're waiting
okay.
on those no longer advantaged attacks because he is down. But you can use your. You could use Zephyr Strike now if you wanted an advantaged attack, but you don't have to. You've also have you got a? Did I get the inspiration? Has he got inspiration?
I don't know.
No, and both Hunter's Mark and Zephyr Strike are concentration spells. You can't. Can you have 2 concentration spells going at the same time?
Sorry, what was the other spell? Hunter's Mark and...
Zephyr Strike.
it would be one or the other. Yeah, he's got Hunter's Mark up, so he wouldn't need to... Yeah, would be a bad idea.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with a hunter's mark and try my best.
All right, let's get those attacks, please, Jojo, for Barry's hand axes.
First one's a 10,
That's
for
sadly a
fuck's
miss. Second attack.
and the next one is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a hit, so we're going to do damage plus Hunter's Mark damage, please.
And that's 3 plus 5.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, 8 points of damage.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rokan. You did 8 points of damage. Giant Bat's dead. Alexander Kodana, it is your turn.
Is this guy still alive?
Which guy is that? That guy, is he still alive?
No, I killed him with
Oh,
my
he's dead.
sword.
Yep, so let's take him out. Boof. Give him a squidge. Okay, cool. Yeah, Alex, what are you up to? What are you going to do?
I'm going to move to there. I'm going to start making my way towards into the darkness.
All right. Into the darkness. Well, there's a fireplace over here. You're seeing some light coming from that spot. And you
Heading
can-
in that general direction.
You're pretty sure you've heard Rokan and Elkas fighting over there, so you know something's been going on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. Since I have 120 feet of dark vision, I can actually see them.
You can. For
And
sure, yeah.
I can actually see the guy on the ladder.
Uh-huh.
So I am going to cast Magic Missile at the first level and hit him.
Okay,
Ah,
so
then
are
I
you
can-
going for the Red Fang or the Apprentice Red Fang?
The Red Fang.
Okay. So
Is
this
the
is...
Red, the Red. Which one's which?
which one's which? Is a great question. This is the Red Fang. This is the apprentice.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can reach that.
And he is actually kind of here, to be fair, because of the...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the red fang that's behind Rokan.
Alright, Red Fang, and you're going with what?
Magic missile at
Magic
second level.
missiles. Okay. Do your damage, please. 5.
It's 12 points of damage, please.
12 points of damage, did you say?
Yes.
Alright. That Red Fang is very messed up from your attack. I'd just like to
Good.
say that. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue?
Don't have any movement. I've moved my full 30 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's my turn.
That's your turn, Vespaira.
Feralt, is there any chance that you can get your owl to take over a good berry? Or some good berries? Because this is better healing.
Okay, just out of character, I don't think a familiar can take an action like that. I mean, it could carry it, but...
I guess it's up to Russell. What do you think?
I think I'm going to just do a quick Google search to see what other people do about this. Let us see. Can a familiar force feed unconscious humanoids a good berry? Well, this is a very interesting philosophical question that has come up.
Actually, looking at it, it's academic because it's more movement in one turn than my owl can actually move.
Right.
It's just... I mean, I could throw a healing word, but I have to move up, and my healing word probably won't be as good.
Well, I mean, at this point, Elkas is unconscious and making death saves.
That's true. Oh god, this hurts. All right.
I mean,
I'm no longer the
Elkas
good
isn't
berry
important.
queen.
But
Don't
if there was a
worry.
time to use a healing spell that you were going to save for just in case, this might be
don't-
the just in case time. I'm just saying, this is my opinion. And,
1, 2, 3,
don't know.
5, 6. I don't even know if I can reach him. Is that 60 feet?
From where to where?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I can.
Yep. Okay. So what are you going to cast?
Can I see him?
Yes. What's your
Okay.
What's your range on your? Yeah, you can see him. He's within range of the fire pit.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get my friend up. Where are you?
The line of sight with the tent might be a slight issue. You might want to move to sort of here. I don't know if that's. Also
10
within-
points.
10 points. There you go.
It
Elkas.
breaks my heart.
That's a good heal, though. 10 points.
It is.
Okay, so that's great. Vespaira, that's the end of your turn, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. At that point, the orkan apprentice, the apprentice Red Fang, is going to try and attack Rokan from behind.
Of course.
Of course he is. He does not hit with a 4. The Red Fang goes for Elkas. Wait, wrong character thingy. Wrong button. Elkas, what's your AC? 17, isn't it?
That would be the one.
Okay, so you take 5 points of modified damage. That's modified after your rage. Oh, wait, you don't have a rage on.
I'm no longer raging. So is
you
that 10 points of
so you
damage?
take 10 points of damage
And go back unconscious.
and go back unconscious.
Don't worry, I know exactly how you feel.
Okay, he
This
turns
is what I was
around.
trying to prevent.
He turns around with his second attack, and he... Oh, wait, that's the Red Fang. He needs to be over here. What the fuck? Okay, so from there he moves past Elkas. I should have had the had the apprentice here and that guy here. That makes more sense. That's how it should have been.
Will I get an opportunity attack if he's moving?
Well, he's moving to you, so no. Good question, though. Good question. He takes a second scimitar attack at you and rolls a 10, which misses you. You lucky fucker. Feralt, it's your turn.
Okay. So I am firstly going to use some movement.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, it's giving me some.
All good. Take your time. How's everybody on stream? How's all these audience people doing? Wild Heart and whomever else is hanging out with us this evening.
Right, so I'm going to use my last spell slot and have the owl heal Elkas again.
Okay. Good, Wild Heart. Okay, so you're healing Wild Heart again. Sorry, Wild Heart. Now I'm totally confused. Elkas again. Roll your heals, please.
That is 9 points of healing
9
and
points
my
of
last
healing.
spell slot.
Very good. So Elkas, you back up with 9 hit points. Is that your turn for Alt?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Elkas, now that you've got 9 hit points, you use half your movement to get up off the ground.
I spring to my feet, immediately cackling with rage again.
Okay, so you go back into rage for the second time, this long rest.
We'll take a swing at this guy.
Okay, the Red Fang, yep, roll to hit. You have advantage now because you're both awake.
Okay.
You and Rokan have him
14.
14.
I think that misses.
14 misses.
And then as a bonus action, I will disengage and call to Rokan to say, "What the hell is going on, my friend? Let's get out of here." And I will turn and run 30 feet.
Okay, you turn and run 30 feet. Okay, interesting tactic. So brave Sir Robin ran away. Rokan, it's your turn. Now, Rokan, before you do anything, I'm going to get a perception check from you.
It's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay, never mind. What would you like to do, Rokan? Hunter's Mark is still up.
Orc doesn't back down. Alright,
So
he's
you
gonna hit him
hit him again
with the
twice.
100 mark up.
Roll to hit twice, please. First
First
attack
is a 9.
does not hit. Second attack. Come on. Second attack. 23. That's a hit. Let's have some damage for that.
That is 5 points of damage plus another 2.
Well, Barry, that is exactly the number of hit points that he had, and he is dead. You've destroyed the Red Fang at last. It dies. He dies. He collapses at your feet, gurgling choking on your axe in the throat, basically, and he passes away. At that point, the boy orc, he looks up at you, Rokan, and looks a little concerned. But just as you said, an orc does not back down. But before he can attack, it's not his turn, it's Alexander's turn. What would you like to do, Alexander?
I magic missile the young boy.
Okay. Magic missile the boy orc, the apprentice Red Fang. I mean, I say
Prince
he's
is
young. He's
very
like,
good.
you know, a teenager.
He's still young. He's still a boy.
Still a boy. All right. What do we got so far for damage? 5, 6,
That's
7,
11
8,
points
9,
of
10, 11?
That's 11.
11 points of damage. Okay. Yep. He not happy. Okay. Is that your turn, Alexander? You got anything else up your sleeve? Movement, flavor, dialogue, bonus actions. No, I was going to say reactions, but that's not really something you do on your turn.
And then I move to there.
Gonna move to there. Okay, so you're over by Elkas. Cool. Alright, so Elkas has taken a bit of a sprint out of there. Excellent. Vespaira, it's your turn.
Right. 30. 35. Okay. Nope. Sorry, a little bit finicky sometimes. Okay. Too far. I'm going to just bring out the good berry I have and just hold it in my hand and be like, Elkas! I'll show him the berry. I can't give it to you, I'm too far.
Oh, are you guys coming to help us? I was coming to help you. I definitely wasn't running away.
Of course not. You're the great Elkas.
Not the
You would
great
never
Elkas.
back down from a fight.
Not
Oh,
Elkas.
of course not.
I'm just surprised you're wearing clothes. It's not fair. It's not fair for Rokan to not be wearing clothes, and you do.
I mean, they're wet and muddy, but they're still good.
All right, that's
It's not as
gotta be
badass.
that's our little role playing interlude.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Apprentice Orc attacks Rokan. That's probably going to hit Rokan for 4 points of damage. Redfang is dead. Feralt, it's your turn.
So the first thing he does is look at Vespera and Elkas and just says, you lovebirds realize that we're still fighting here.
Lovebirds? What?
He's being sarcastic.
Oh, right.
I mean, you are trying to get Outcast naked at this point.
Oh, right. Yes, it might have. Okay, take the damn berry.
All right, Feralt, do you do anything on your turn? Do you take any actions? Do you take any movement?
Oh yeah, I was just looking at how far I could move first.
Yep.
And so I am going to firebolt this guy here.
All right, go for your life. Roll to hit.
Natural 20.
Okay, you
Nice.
do your critical hit damage, double your dice, and add your mods. Or just roll it on D&D Beyond, because it works it all out for you, because it's clever like that. 11 points of damage?
11 points of damage.
He dead!
Okay.
You scorch him to death. You hit him in the face. He bouncing his head off the wall, and he catches on fire, and he burns up. It's not very pleasant, but that's the nature of war and adventuring. So, excellent. That's great. That's cool. Now, at that point, there is an orc. Did anyone kill this guy over here? I don't remember him getting killed.
I don't think we did.
No. Okay, so he's come up and around here at this point, and another one is coming out around this way. Now the first one, he is going to go for everybody's favorite barbarian, Elkas, and he's coming at him with In this case, it's going to be a javelin. Oh, 18, 23 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to be another 8 points of damage, Elkas.
But that is halved because I am raging again.
Right. Excellent work. One moment, please. So, Alexander, now, yeah, it's your turn. Just for your information, we've switched between encounters at this point, so our initiative order has changed. So don't freak out. So, Alexander, your turn.
Obviously, we don't know about these guys that have come up, so can I do a perception check?
Alexander,
See if
you can make a perception check, Alex. You might hear them.
For a 15?
15, yeah, I think you would hear them.
Cool. So I turn around, I see them coming, I see this one down here.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast a firebolt at him.
Okay, roll to hit.
And you have Bless
For
as well.
For a dirty 20.
Dirty 20's going to hit.
Cool. And he takes 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, nice. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Alkas, you're next.
Am I able to grab the javelin I've just been hit with
Right.
and throw it right back at the guy?
Only with disadvantage because it's a javelin, not a spear. And javelins are designed to collapse, like pylum, when they hit things. The head of the, of the
Okay.
javelin bends.
So it was the guy above the tent, correct?
Above the tent? Yes. No, this...
Okay.
Oh, that guy might have thrown at you. Yes, yeah, that was the guy that threw at you, yes.
Okay, I'm going to then bonus action dash right up into his face.
All right.
And slash at him with my longsword then.
Roll to hit.
Guess I'll just hold on to these.
13 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. He is dead.
Oh, sorry, 9. Because I am raging.
He's very dead. Okay, how do you kill him, Alkas?
Just run up to him, grab him by the shoulder, and just run him through.
All right.
Cool.
Very good. So he collapses in your arms, basically.
And as I do that, I'll just say to him, "Nice throw."
He says casually. Okay, cool. Well done. Well done. All right. Who's after? Alkas is not that orc, but instead Vespaira.
Okay, I'm going to produce flame on this guy.
All right.
It's not working. Well, the lower guy.
Yep.
Once I find it, 1 sec. So that will be 21.
It's just a flesh wound. 21. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So just 2 points.
2 points of damage. That's pathetic. All right.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I had these good berries out for him, for Alkas.
Right. Okay.
And I'm gonna move as well.
You're gonna move as well.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Buff. After your movement, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Rokan, you are up next. There is one orc that you can see. Actually, to be really fair, you can hear the fight. You can't see it. It's just around the curve of the wall of the quarry, the inside of the sort of narrow gap that you happen to be in right now. I don't know if somebody wants to share up the fight scene for Barry to have a look at. But yes. So Barry, I'm going to ping where you are. You are here. Bing, bing, bing. There should be red dots coming up where you are. And I'm pinging where the enemy is at this point. He's over here. Bing, bing, bing. So he's coming in around that way, past Alexander towards the campfire, but you're way over there. You can move around there. You could even Zephyr Strike if you wanted to. That's a great opportunity to use all that movement and get to him and do the stuff, but it's up to you how you want to go about
I will
that.
do a Zephyr Strike.
You're going to do a Zephyr Strike. Love it. I love it. Okay, so with your Zephyr Strike, let's, for the last time, just have another quick look at Zephyr Strike. So you get to make a dash, basically, 60 feet. So, Jojo, can you dash him over to that enemy and see that it doesn't take more than 60 feet? It's about 60 feet, isn't it? 15, 20... Well, because I am an expedient DM, if nothing else, I will say that this guy's moved 2 more squares closer in the interim, in the intervening time, meaning that you can just dash up to him, and I'm just going to zoom you right up there, boof, like that, with your Zephyr Strike, because the rule of cool is cool. That's why. And so with the cool rule of cool being so cool, you Zephyr Strike over there, and you can roll to hit with advantage if you wish to use that as your advantaged attack right now. I assume you would.
Well.
Shall do. Okay, so we have an advantaged attack roll from Barry with his hand axe, please, from Rokan. And that's a 21, I see, for the first attack. We will take the damage. You can bonus action. No, you can't really, because you would have lost your Zephyr. Yeah, you've lost your Hunter's Mark because you did the Zephyr Strike. That's cool. Okay, so you're doing 4 points of hand axe damage, plus your Zephyr Strike D8 force damage, which is an 8. Well done. Okay. Is that all his damage? Is everything? He's got one more attack though, doesn't he? Okay, so one more attack roll coming in. And is that a...
Or a 13?
13 hits. And the orc has 1 hit point. So Rokan does 7 points of damage. Well, 5 points without the strength mod because this is an offhand weapon. In any case, he had 1 hit point, so you smash his skull and he collapses to the floor in front of you. And the campsite is now quiet. And you have dominated it completely.
Excellent. I'm going to go up the ladder.
You're going to go up the ladder. Well,
Gotta get Theo.
you're going up the ladder. Everybody else, can you please make a snapshot in your mind where your character is, because that's where we're going to start next week. Assuming that you're here. Avery, I don't know what's happening with you. You may or may not. If you're very welcome to keep playing, but if you wish to leave at this point, then thank you for coming.
We normally play on Monday.
We
So I
normally
guess...
play on Monday nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, let me know if you have room, because this was fun. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear.
Well, we do
Yeah.
We definitely have room. We definitely have
Well,
room. So it's just up
if
to
you have room, then I will plan to join in then.
Cool. That would be
Awesome.
would be lovely to have you, and I love having you. So yeah, thank you. Really cool.
First thing Rokan's gonna say is, "Who dat?"
Who's that?
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
All
Who
right.
that said that?
All right.
Elkas is also going to take off his very expensive coat and give it to Rokan
Okay.
to cover up in some way.
All right. Is it like a
It's black.
long coat or sort of just a jacket?
It's probably like it's like a thigh length coat, knee length coat. So on Rokan, it's probably like a short skirt.
Okay. Oh well, that's still better than nothing, isn't it? All right,
I mean,
ladies and
surely
gentlemen.
you could loot the corpses.
Loot the corpses, indeed. Loot the corpses. You can loot the corpses. They are orcs, after all, and Rokan is an
Yeah.
orc, so there is that. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that, Rokan.
Loot quarters.
Don't need your really short skirt.
They undisturbing. Don't like
Oh,
them.
okay. Oh,
They bad ones.
Ooh,
you
fancy.
should wear that next time.
Right.
Because I want to see.
So we're going to raid a fellow named Zach Speaks Giant.
Nice.
They've got 39 viewers, and we're going to pop on over there and say hello. And thank you all for watching, viewing, playing, and getting involved. And this has
Time to go to bed.
This has been great fun. Thank you guys. You have a good night. Adios.
Very much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Adios.
Starting the raid now. It's got a countdown.
It was good having you.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Good having the extra healing, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely
It's
helps.
handy to have healing at a distance. From what I've been told, you can get your dude to give a crackberry. It's not a combat action. Apparently, it's a non-combat. I don't know.
Okay, because it's interesting. I've done a potion with an unseen servant. I haven't really played much with familiars, because my character in the other campaign is a warlock, so he doesn't